Mission. Boom. Okay. Bang, baby. We are live. Hello and welcome to the show. It's What's Left Sports Week 2.
Eek. Ew.
NFL predictions. We got some news stories. Obviously, we all know what the news stories are. I should say
Yeah, we
just
only got one.
news story. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah. So let's just straight away. Let's get started. Let's start off with NFL Week 2, man. We
Okay.
already had a game on Thursday.
hmm
It was,
Went pretty much as expected.
I mean, yeah, the Commanders are kind of looking like they have a little bit of a hangover from last season and their success. Uh, we, I mean, dude, the man Micah Parsons looks unstoppable. He looks like he can carry this Packers team to a Super Bowl without the help of anybody else. Like he looks that good, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He really
Honestly,
does.
for me, I think this game went exactly as expected. You know, the Green Bay is a Super Bowl caliber team.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it was self evident from the first, pretty much like the first drive of the first game of the season. Um, I actually think Washington didn't even play bad in this game. I mean, you got to think about the Green Bay defense. I mean, they were already a very tough defense before they got Micah Parsons. So, it wasn't really surprising that the Commanders struggled for a week 2 game against that good of a defense. I think it was okay. Like we all expected them to lose, but you got Zach Ertz is very involved in the offense. He looks like
Yeah.
pretty much in his prime at 34 years old. Really weird. And then Debo looks really great.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing the Commanders I think really need to work on here is they need to get Terry McLaurin involved more. I mean, the routes that Terry McLaurin's running are very like short game type of things, which is not what he needs. He needs to be more in the middle of the field. He needs to be more of a deep threat, because that's where he's kind of like the most deadly. Um, but this game went pretty much exactly as expected too.
Yeah. Same here.
I guess one of the other surprises, I didn't expect Tucker Craft to be so crazy in the pass game. I mean, genuinely looking like tight end, probably top 3 tight ends in the league this year for fantasy. That was kind of unexpected, especially from last year. He was more, I mean, he was good last year, but I mean, you can tell he was blocking a lot. And it seems like this year they're like, Tucker Craft's already a great blocker. Let's get him involved in the pass game. And he's really worked on his routes. He's really worked on his hands. And I mean, he's
Yeah.
bringing down everything that's coming to him.
I mean, he is definitely, in my opinion, he's top 7 caliber for sure. This season, I don't know if he's going to be top 3. I think there's if Brock Bowers stays healthy, if Tyler Warren stays healthy, if Zach Ertz stays healthy, I think those are going to be my top 3 right now. But I think top 7 for sure, and Sam Laporta. I forgot to mention Sam Laporta. I've been seeing people using Tucker Craft as trade bait recently. Well, not really trade bait, but just for trade. Tucker Craft for a tight end and a upside player. Like I've been seeing Tucker Craft for like Sam Laporta and Tyreek Hill, and I think I'll take that all day long, just off of the chance that
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill has either gets traded or the offense figures it out. I mean, um, but regardless, yeah, Tucker Craft has been amazing, and like you said, he was good last year, but you didn't really see this coming this year because you don't expect Josh Jacobs' workload to go down, but it seems like it has. One thing I've been frustrated with the Packers though is that Matthew Golden hasn't been targeted at all, and he's
Yeah.
he's gotten handoffs, but Matthew Golden, if you look at his tape from college, if you look at his Texas tape, he is way better than the Dante. Wait, is Dontavion Wicks even still there? Is he even playing? I don't
Yeah.
even know.
Wicks is playing. Yes. Yeah.
So
Wicks is still there.
he in my opinion is better than Wicks. He's better than Jaden Reed. I mean, and Jaden Reed's getting targeted. I just don't know if it's a trust thing between Jordan Love and Matthew Golden, or what it might be. But he was over 2 on any receptions that he or any targets that he had this week, and he was also given 2 handoffs, which was I found was interesting. But yeah,
Yeah, one of the things I want to bring up on this is so Matthew Golden got 2 targets, and
hmm
one of the targets, I mean, he was wide open and loved it, and it was probably going to be a touchdown. So
yeah,
don't be too worried about it. This happened last year with Kansas City with Xavier Worthy. I mean, they just weren't connecting. Patrick Mahomes and Xavier were not connecting on the deep ball. So a lot of times it just takes a little bit, especially when you have um Green Bay with what they have on offense. I mean, Jordan Love is throwing the ball to literally fucking everybody on that offense. I mean,
yeah,
shit, you got fucking Heath out there catching balls. Who the fuck is that? I don't know, but he made a great fucking toe tap catch.
yeah.
One of the best catches I've seen
Mhm.
this year. And that's the other thing I want to bring up with Green Bay. I mean, one of the reasons why I'm thinking that, I mean, they're definitely the favorite to make the Super Bowl is when you have the entire pretty much the entire roster, you know, doing something on your team. I mean, there's pretty much nobody on this team that is not getting the ball like at least one time in the game, and that really reminds me of the 2022 Kansas City team where you were getting everybody the ball. I mean, uh, you had the third stringer for I mean, there's no the running backs getting the ball. You had Pacheco getting the ball. You had McKinnon getting the ball. Then you had Justin Watson getting the ball. You had, just freaking everybody on that team was getting at least one ball every time. So it makes it really hard on the defense on like where you need to prioritize because anybody can get the ball any second. That's what I'm seeing from Green Bay right here.
Yeah, yeah.
It's really cool. It's really, really cool to see.
It is, and I think that's like the caliber that you need for having a Super Bowl team in today's NFL, you know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's something that, you've seen the Chiefs do, for example, really, really well in the past is they don't ever have one receiver per game unless it's Travis Kelsey that's really popping off. You know? Every
Yeah.
single receiver is getting equal opportunity because in the scheme that you're running, the wide receivers have all in it's not dependent on who's doing the best. It is who is most open on this play. Where is my read? And I'm not talking about where is my Jordan read. I'm talking about where is the read that I'm looking for here.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that's something that Jordan Love has been doing really well. And it's something that every single Packers quarterback for all of time that is it has done well. Is get through the reads, get through the progression, and if you need to check down, check down. If you need to scramble, scramble. I mean, granted, Aaron Rodgers wasn't the best scrambler, but he would still do it. He still does do it. But I think Jordan Love really took a lot of lessons there, and those 2 years that he sat behind Aaron Rodgers really helped him quite a bit.
Yeah.
Um,
And that's one of the advantages with Green Bay. I mean, a lot of people give them shit for not taking receivers in the first round, but when you're not taking receivers in the first round, when you're waiting till the third round to take receivers,
yeah,
it really forces your quarterback to be like, okay, I need to like really read this fucking defense and throw the ball to the right place. I can't just stare down my receiver that I was my first round pick 2 years ago and just like throw him the ball and see if they can come down with it. You know what I mean?
right,
Like
yeah,
they have to make the correct decision on every play, and I think that's what Jordan Love is doing really well right now. I mean, he is really, really impressive in the way he's reading defense these past few games. So, I mean, shit. I mean, it could be their year. I mean, you saw the stat last night probably, but you saw, Aaron Rodgers was 27 when he won a Super Bowl with Green Bay. Brett
mm-hmm,
Favre was too, and now Jordan Love's gonna be 27 when they are in the playoffs. So,
yep.
yeah, I mean, if the script is real, I mean, the script is scripting. So
Script is
let's
for
we
sure
can just
scripting.
see.
Oh yeah, I would, I did not see that stat, but I'm with it honestly. I think this could be Jordan Love's year. I think also, I mean, listen, every single time you have a quarterback that is destined to make the Super Bowl and you have him in fantasy, your team is probably doing pretty damn good, okay?
Yeah.
Go get Jordan Love. He's gonna be cheap if somebody's got him because they're probably not starting him. And if he's on the waivers, drop a 20 bag, you know, if you got Fab. And if you don't intentionally get absolutely wiped this week, it's only week 2, you know, if you're in rolling waivers, intentionally get rolled. Just don't start all your players and get the number 1 waiver position and go get Jordan Love and then win your league. That's not
I
great
mean,
advice, but I'm just saying, like, just try to lose. Try to be the worst in your league if you really need a quarterback. And go get Jordan Love.
yeah, I'll be trying to trade for Jordan Love. I mean, look, I mean, you can really exploit like the people with that aren't paying attention to the games because what they're seeing right now, I mean, what they're seeing right now is a 16-point game from Love against Detroit, and then a 20-point game from Love versus Washington. So not like the greatest stats ever, but like when you're watching these games, you're like, wow. I mean, he has the potential to really, really pop off these next few weeks. He has Cleveland next week, Dallas the week after, then he has a bye, but then he faces Cincinnati and then Arizona. So I mean, these are not the best defenses in the world, especially up till Cincinnati. Arizona's a little bit of a step up, don't get me wrong. But Cleveland, Dallas, Cincinnati, I mean, you couldn't ask for a better 3-game stretch than that. And he's heating up like really, really hard. I mean, he only completed 19 passes last night, but he almost had 300 yards. So I'd try to go get him. I wouldn't try to like trade like anything super high for him, but if you have you know a couple guys that are in your flex, or you see that the guy who has Jordan Love, he has a need at running back or something, I mean, I'll try to go and get Jordan Love if you can spare this a spot on your team.
I absolutely would too. Yeah, I'm with that. Very, very much so. In fact, that's what I want to try to do in our 14-man league is try to go out and get Jordan Love because I don't think he's being started in our league, if I'm not mistaken.
Christian has him. He has Jordan Love and Baker,
Yeah, and
so he
I'm
has a really
almost
tough choice every week.
yeah, and I would rather he would. I mean, I've got Drake May. I'm gonna give Drake May another week to see because I think that Drake May could be one of the best quarterbacks in fantasy this year, just because of his rushing upside. And he's got more wide receivers than he ever has. Last week was he did he did I 15 points is okay against the Raiders, which are turning out to be kind of a surprise team this year. But
Maybe.
um,
We'll see.
yeah, I mean after week 1, but against Miami tomorrow morning, which is also kind of turning out to be a surprise that people are already talking about Mike McCarthy getting fired, or Mike McDaniel is what I meant to say, getting fired from this team. When he's been kind of a mastermind behind this team. He's gotten really unlucky past few seasons with injuries, but the first season that he was in charge, I mean, this team was good. It was a playoff caliber team, and they were good. And I think they're just a quarterback away that's not Tua from being better. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, I think, but I think Drake May is just. I think I'm gonna give him another week, give him another shot, see what we got, and go from there. Um, I wanted to ask you, besides for Tucker Kraft, we had 3 tight ends on the waiver. Well, we really had 4 on the waiver wire that people were really looking at, right? Out of those 4 tight ends this week in fantasy, out of the 4 tight ends that were on the waiver wire that people wanted, which was Brenton Strange, it was the tight end from the Saints. God, what is his name?
Uh, it's Juwan Johnson.
Jawan Johnson. You had the tight end from the Browns, who is, I'm forgetting all the names now, of course, now that I want to talk about it. Uh, the rookie that played in the Wildcats.
It's Fanning.
Yeah, Fanning. Or we're looking at Jake Tongus.
Yeah, so I'm definitely out on Tongus. I'm definitely out I'm not like a big on Fanning just because um I'm not like massive on Fanning just because we kind of know like Njoku is still very good
Mhm.
and he still got work against Cincinnati. I still think that, especially with Joe Flacco at QB, I still think that Njoku is going to be the guy for Flacco. I mean, he was the guy when Flacco was there before.
Yeah.
So I'm still not big on Fanning. I would still I don't know. I would hold off on that. Because Njoku is still their top guy. Um
Gotcha.
Brenton Strange is interesting. With Evan Ingram gone, I think Brenton Strange would probably be the guy that I would go for if I did a tight end like really bad.
Yep, that's kind of what I'm thinking as well, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Yeah, because Jacksonville kind of actually they looked better than I expected them to
Mhm.
this year. So I would probably just go on the upside of Brenton Strange is going to be the number one target there on an offense that's looking like a lot different than last year. So I'll probably go with Brenton Strange on that.
Yeah.
I'm not really interested in the other guys too much.
The only reason I am kind of interested in Juwan Johnson, if you're desperate, is because he had 11 targets on an
Yeah, that's
offense
wild.
that has really, I mean, other than Chris
They have to pass a
Olave,
lot.
they're always going to be in a negative game script. They It doesn't feel like their wide receivers can get open, you know. It really doesn't. I mean, Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed, they're great players, but it just felt like they weren't open ever. And Juwan
Rashid
Johnson was.
Shaheed can get open, but can the quarterback in the ball?
That's
Like
what I'm
that's the
saying.
thing.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
mean, he had 9 targets last week, and Chris Olave had 13 targets. Like
a lot.
it's a lot. I mean, and do you trust Chris Olave to stay healthy again too? I mean,
Well, I mean,
it's
if
tough.
they keep throwing him hospital balls, it's ridiculous. Like,
Right? Yeah, exactly. And I mean,
yeah, I mean, Juwan Johnson's definitely interesting for sure.
yeah.
If he's gonna get that much volume every week, but I mean, we've seen teams that are in negative game scripts every week
Mhm.
that have just look at the Jacksonville last year with Trevor Lawrence. I mean, Trevor Lawrence
Oh,
is
totally.
way better than
Yeah.
Rattler, and
Yep.
and last year you didn't want to touch that Jacksonville's offense with a 10-foot pole.
No.
So I mean, it could just be a one-off. He has a lot of volume. I mean, that's straight up a lot of volume. If that continues this week, I think in week 3, people are really going to be looking at Juwan Johnson.
Yeah, I do
But
too.
I just the only person that I'm even like thinking about trusting on the Saints offense is Alvin Kamara. Like that's the only guy that I would really even be touching right now.
Mhm.
So everybody else is very scary.
That's totally fair. Yeah. The other thing that I want to talk about here before we get into our pick'em this week is the Browns. They have an issue coming up this week, in my opinion. They have Quinshon Judkins potentially starting this week,
Right.
or I guess this week, tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow. Yeah.
And we were all expecting him to get some sort of NFL punishment by them suspending him for like 2 to 4 games, is what we were thinking. It's not seeming like it's going to happen anymore. And Dylan Sampson looked great last weekend, right? So
Mhm.
you're looking at this and you're saying, okay, and I mean, Jerome Ford looked horrible.
Yeah.
But everyone's kind of out on Jerome Ford, in my opinion. Um, but we got Dylan Sampson. Now we have Quinshon Judkins. I don't know what's going to happen here.
I think it's gonna. In my opinion, I think what will happen is that Jerome is probably gonna get ousted
Mm-hmm.
at some point in the season, go do the RB3 role, and it's going to be kind of how Bijan and Algier were in Bijan's first season.
Yeah.
So Algier that year got a lot of work, but Bijan was still in the mix. I think it's going to be the same thing. Judkins is going to be getting most of the work, and Sampson's going to be kind of in there. He might steal a couple TD runs. He might be targeted a lot in the pass game. But I think it's going to be a 60-40 split, or maybe like a 65-35 between those two.
Yeah, I think I'm with you there. The the experts are expecting Quinshot Judkins to be the number 3 behind Dylan Sampson and Jerome Ford. For tomorrow specifically, but I think as early as tomorrow specifically, we can see Dylan Sampson and Quinshot Judkins kind of take over that committee role between the two of them, and Jerome Ford get ousted almost immediately.
Yeah.
Right? Which, if that does happen, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with trying to get Jerome Ford out of that situation, and into a better situation overall for himself. I like a backup somewhere would be good. I feel like that's where he's thrived, and that's where he can potentially still thrive. I don't know where that might be, but I mean, you look at teams like the Indianapolis Colts. They don't
Yeah,
really have a
that's
solid
literally
backup.
that's literally the exact thing I was thinking too.
You look at
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of tough for the Browns to do this, in my opinion. But if they traded him to the Cincinnati Bengals, the Bengals don't really have a solid backup for Chase
Yeah.
Brown.
Yeah, I mean they have P Ryan, but he's more like the I don't know.
Samaje Perine is kind of their passing back, right? He's a
Yeah.
receiving back. He's not really a backup running back.
Yeah.
Jerome Ford is a true backup running back, whether it's receiving or rushing. Let's see. I think there's one more team that I would like to mention in that, but at the moment I'm not thinking straight. Oh, if Jadon Blue stays injured in Dallas, I think Dallas could be a good spot for that as
Yeah.
well. And if this fuck it, I'll throw the LA Rams out there. I know they got Blake Corum. But if Kyron Williams goes down, they're really gonna need somebody that has that same legwork that Kyron Williams does, and we've seen what Jerome Ford can do in the past. I think that could be.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be tough because we haven't really seen a lot from Blake Corum, but
No, we haven't.
I do expect if Kyron Williams goes down that Blake Corum is going to pop off.
Yeah.
Because from all accounts, he is very he's a very exciting player to watch, but he just hasn't really gotten an opportunity because Kyron Williams is so good.
Yeah. Yep, I'm with you.
All right.
So
I just need to go over my last week. I just want to do my
let's do the last
little
week's pick 'em
sheet.
first. Yeah.
Cause I was almost the Falcons game. Okay, I told you that this game was going to be closer than people thought, and I'm just saying that call on the Drake London touchdown, that was reversed. I don't know. They did not have, or I guess it wasn't reversed. They called it incomplete, but the NFL has so many cameras in watching what is happening. They did not have angle on the ball on that Drake London apparently drop. I think he caught it, and they did not have, and they had to go with the signal on the field because they didn't have an angle on it. But I just couldn't believe that they didn't have an angle on it. I was baffled. There's 4 dudes with a camera, literally staring right at Drake London when that happened, and they didn't have a single angle on it. I was baffled. Because I'm 90% sure he caught that ball. And that would have gave him the lead, and they probably would have won the game off of that. So that one was a strange one to me. But I guess they lost, so I'll take the L on that one. But I was fucking pissed because I almost called this game. I knew it was 82% to 18%. I was like, no freaking way.
Yeah.
There's no way it's going to be that much of a fucking blowout. Just not. And then the Bengals almost fucking lost. That would have made me laugh so hard.
Oh, dude, same. Their defense looked horrible. Just absolutely horrible.
Yeah. I got the Dolphins completely wrong. I mean, they looked so bad. Panthers also looked horrible. And then I was right on the Raiders though. That's good.
Uh, uh,
Uh,
let's go over this one at a time, right? So we had the Bengal, or I guess the ones that we would start with was the Buccaneers versus the Falcons here,
yeah.
right? Um, this was a close game. I didn't expect it to be this close, to be honest with you. But the Buccaneers ended up taking it, and Michael Penix looked good. The whole team
Michael
looked
Penix
good.
looks good. I think
Um,
everybody. I honestly think everybody from both teams look really good in this game.
yeah, man.
Like,
It's this those are two really scary teams in the NFC South that
yeah.
have a chance at making it this year. And Kyle Pitts being the surprise of this week there. I want him on all my fantasy teams, and I had him in all of my fantasy, like, I had him in all of my mock drafts, and I didn't pick him in a single one of them because I didn't trust it. And I should have, because he got 8 targets and he had 7 receptions. And they straight up said, they were like, we're going to target him more. You better go get him. And no one listened. And I'm upset about it. Yeah, everyone looks great in that. And I think Drake London's supposed to play this week. I
Yeah,
think.
he is. And Mooney's supposed to
Yeah,
be back
Darnell
too.
Mooney is supposed
That's
to be
the other
back.
thing about the Atlanta Falcons. They did not have Mooney, and they had to play the last like 7 minutes of the game without London.
Yeah.
This team, I don't know, man. I mean, they were literally close to winning this game
Yeah.
without London in the last couple minutes and with no Darnell Mooney. I mean, people forget how much of a cornerstone Mooney was in this offense. I mean, Atlanta's scary, man. They got something going there.
And
They
I mean,
really do.
you got to think too, Tampa Bay also won this game without targeting Cade Otton a single time
Mm-hmm.
and without Chris Godwin. You know,
Yeah, no Chris Godwin. And
so,
no McMillan.
and no, that's true. Yeah, no Jane McMillan.
Yeah.
So I think both these teams have a lot of scary potential that
Yeah.
could be really good.
Yeah, I think they're going to be an issue for sure in the NFC.
We got Cincinnati versus Cleveland. This game was way closer than anybody expected. People were so upset that Jamar Chase and T. Higgins both got outscored by Jerry Jeudy and also got outscored by Cedric Tillman. People were
Cedric Tillman
pissed.
scored more points than both Jamar Chase and T. Higgins combined by 6 fucking points, bro.
And T. Higgins and Jamar Chase were the only 2 targeted wide receivers in this offense. Io Shivas was not targeted. I guess really no one else probably played, to be honest with you. They got like 2 snaps apiece, but
Can we also just
unbelievable.
can we play the clip of sleeper picks before the season? Can we play that clip of me saying Cedric Tillman? Because bro,
Oh,
he's a beast, isn't he?
Sure, he is. Yeah,
He's fucking killing.
he is a beast, and
Yeah.
he was what at the end of the season last year he was getting wide receiver 1 opportunity because he was getting more targets than Jerry
From
Jeudy
Jameis
was.
Winston, yeah.
And now going into this season, Joe Flacco is also hitting him with more targets than anybody else.
Cedric Tillman has this. He is so good at running the in route. He's open every fucking time, bro, on his like 12-yard ins. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. Like, he's so good at that route. I don't know. He makes me happy. he's so good.
He's so tall too, man. He's crazy tall.
Yeah, he's good.
I made sure that in 2 of my leagues I went and picked up Cedric Tillman, and I think he's a pick up and start kind of situation for me this but
And I should have went out and I've had him in Dynasty for 2, but I should have went out and picked him up because I think Waddle's kind of not good right now. Speaking of, I don't know, is there anything else you really want to get into in this game? We kind of already talked about.
There's only one more thing, and that is Noah Fant coming in from the Seahawks to the Bengals and immediately making a difference by
Mhm.
getting more targets than Mike Gesicki, who, ever since he left the Dolphins, it just hasn't looked good for him. But Noah Fant coming in.
He was the tight end
It's
too last year for Cincinnati,
Yeah, he was,
but he got a
and
lot of work
mm-hmm.
somehow.
But no, Noah Fant is coming in is already finding the end zone, getting 4 out of 5 receptions. Um, yeah, that's all I really have to say. And I mean, Noah Fant is gonna probably be their tight end number one, and on a passing heavy team like that, maybe you kind of might want to put him on your team. You might want to see what happens, But say he's fucking 6'5", 250, and the
Yeah.
dude's still fast. So
And let's just remember this is week 1 too. Like, don't be too worried about Cincinnati. They got the win, which is
yeah,
really important because last year they did this same exact thing. They started really slow the first 5 weeks,
yep,
and then they missed the playoffs because they went like 1-4.
yep,
They cannot have that happen again. They have to find a way to win the early games because they know they're gonna heat up at the end of the season, and they need to make the playoffs this year. Because
yeah.
if they don't make the playoffs this year, they will be the laughing stock of the NFL again,
I
which
mean,
is not good for. I don't think it's good for football to have Jamar Chase and T Higgins and Joe Burrow not make the playoffs.
I agree. I think that's absolutely correct. But if they don't make the playoffs, it's their own fault for having such a dog shit defense, and that's just facts, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I'm totally with you, but like this game was, I mean, it was not on. And Cleveland could have won this game easily.
Oh yeah,
Unfortunately, we had for all I want to say about Cedric Tillman and Jerry Judy, like they played really good. They had 2 awful mistakes. They gave the ball pretty much just gave the ball on a silver platter to the defense on 2 of
they
Joe
did.
Flacco's
Yeah,
passes. Joe Flacco ended the game with 2 interceptions, both not his fault in the slightest. Both perfect, pretty much picture perfect passes that were just tipped up and given to the. So yeah, yeah, it's not good for fantasy. Like I'm still all in on Cedric Tillman and Jerry Judy, but they got to clean that up for sure on
yeah,
Cleveland.
yep. Um, and I love seeing Dylan Sampson getting 8 receptions out of the backfield.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
and
crazy.
keep yeah, and that's gonna be normal. That's what Joe Flacco does. I mean, we saw that with Ford
Oh yeah,
when he was playing over there. I mean, Ford was getting a ton of work in the backfield on pass. So Flacco loves to hit his running backs off the chip block and then turn around
yep.
like type of passes. So
The next game here we got
yeah,
Miami Dolphins at Indianapolis. We did not expect this game to happen the way it did. I think both of us did not. We
yeah,
had the Dolphins
yeah,
absolutely getting shit stomped by Indianapolis, and really not even looking like they wanted to be out there, man. Tua Tagovailoa, the first 2 drives, goes out and throws 2 stupid interceptions. Um,
yeah.
and I mean their backup ends up coming in, Zach Wilson, which is wild to say that Zach Wilson came in to this game. And I mean, I don't know what you say about him, but the rest of the team looked okay. I mean, you had Devon Achan did what he does, just fine. Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle they they both get some receptions, but their defense and their offense just was not in the game to be able to compete. You know, whereas I mean, you can't say enough about Indianapolis. Daniel Jones comes in, looks amazing, looks like the best he's ever looked. Looked like he was exactly what the Giants wanted him to look like before the Giants gianted him out of the Giants. Um, Jonathan Taylor looks awesome. Just still not getting any touchdowns, but coming off of that injury, he's still looking good. 18 carries for 71, 3 for 3 receptions with 27 yards on that.
Yeah, I'm really happy with that, to be
Yeah,
honest.
man,
Without a
absolutely.
touchdown, that's a good stat line. That's a
It's
very
great.
solid stat line for where you drafted Jonathan Taylor this year.
Yeah,
I'm all right with that.
and I think the wide receiver room for the Colts is still going to remain the same. You're still going to get that one random wide receiver out of Michael Pittman, Alex Pierce, and Adonai Mitchell, and Josh Downs to get the majority of targets and the touchdown. Week by week it's going to be different. You're just throwing random dice at what it is going to be.
We're gonna have a disagreement here because
Oh, yeah.
I disagree because I think that was how it was last year because Anthony Richardson was a quarterback and he
Hmm.
was unreliable. He didn't really know where he was going with the ball, and that's why you had uh, a random receiver popping off every week. Because
Right.
like if you looked at it, it was like there was times where Anthony Richardson would just throw the ball up and then Alec Pierce would come down with it.
Yeah, yeah,
This
yeah.
this looks like a completely different Indianapolis offense. It looks way more scheme, way more planned out, way like there's more of a read. And I really think that in Indianapolis is like, okay, like Michael Pittman, I mean, he was our guy before Richardson came in.
Hmm.
He's only 27 years old. He's still a great receiver. He's the one, in my opinion. It doesn't mean I don't think that I really think their wide receiver core is great with
Yeah.
Josh Downs, Adonai, and Alec Pierce.
Hmm.
But I mean, I think Michael Pittman, he's been there for a long time. He's their most reliable receiver, and now that they have a Daniel Jones that can actually deal the ball, uh, well, I think that Michael Pittman is going to be their guy.
Yeah, I mean, you
And
have some good points there, especially um, the fact that he's been there for so long, and he hasn't
yeah,
gotten this kind of work until now.
hmm
That makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah. I mean, we even saw it under Flacco. He was getting a lot more work when Flacco was uh, under center. So I mean, I'm really excited after seeing this that Daniel Jones is, you know, it actually looks like he might have a place in Indianapolis. Like
Right.
he's actually playing really good.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
because
I think you also
like it was looking bad in New York for a while.
there's one thing I think that you might be leaving out here, especially in relation to like why Michael Pittman had so much success in week 1. And I mean, first and foremost, uh who's the corner that they just traded away, and Minka Fitzpatrick is now back in Miami. Um
hmm
uh why am I forgetting his name? Jalen
Jalen Ramsey.
thank you. Um he's gone. And I mean, he's a lockdown X Factor corner. But
Yeah,
also, Tyler Warren is he's not the same as Jonnu Smith was last year for this or sorry, that's the wrong team. Tyler Warren is a straight up out of the 3-point stance tight end that you have to worry about with linebackers, right?
yeah.
And if you can't get him covered by a linebacker, then you have to go into either a nickel or a dime situation on your defense, right? Which is already going to leave an extra
You
DB
can't put a
out of
linebacker on him.
coverage.
It's just not
You
gonna happen.
cannot. No. You're gonna be running a DB down because you're going to have a DB always on the tight end, right? Which opens up a lot of space for Michael Pittman or for I mean, it's probably
Yeah.
gonna open up to being in man coverage, or you're gonna be running zone busters. And if you're running zone busters, your primary receiver being the zone buster, that's I think why a lot of this happened too, because Tyler Warren's throwing a wrench in the system. You know what I mean? Against these defenses. So I
Definitely
would,
making it easier for Daniel for sure.
yeah, I think so too.
Piggybacking off of that point too. I mean, I mean, dude, I mean, we were both going off about it in the offseason, but I think that's where Miami really screwed up is at the tight end position. They finally were kind of getting in the
I
groove with
know,
Jonnu
man.
Smith,
Yeah,
and he was playing really well, and it was opening up Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill and Jonnu Smith were opening each other up so well because Tyreek Hill would, have to clear, people have to cover Tyreek Hill down the field, so he would clear out all the DBs, and then you'd have Jonnu Smith in the seam wide open.
yeah.
So look, I have nothing against Tanner Connor for Miami, their new tight end, but I mean, it just doesn't seem like he has the juice that Jonnu did on Miami, and it's gonna make it a lot harder to find the receivers when you
It-
have a tight end that's not really a threat, and that's where I think things can kind of shift with Miami. Like they
Mhm.
might be in the market for a tight end right now,
They should be in the
and
market for a
they
tight
need to
end.
go get Cole Kmet, please, bro, please.
I mean, Cole Kmet
Somebody go
would.
get Cole Kmet. My God, I've been saying it for 2 years. This guy is way too good to just be sitting as a second stringer to Colston Loveland.
Yeah,
Somebody go get him. Did we see the one-handed catch that he made the other night? My God.
The Bears suck. The Bears are not going to give him the opportunity that he needs, in my opinion. Genuinely, really
He
just
needs
not
another
gonna.
opportunity. He's only like 26,
Yeah,
dude.
I mean,
Like this is
I agree.
ridiculous that he has been on the bench for 2 years. Unbelievable
I mean,
by the
Cole
Bears.
Kmet is definitely better than Tanner Connor. He's definitely better than Julian Hill, and he's already proven that he's better than Greg Dulcich. Enough said. Like,
I don't know where did Cole Kmet fuck every coach's wives? Like who did this man wrong? I don't understand, bro.
it's a
I
very
don't
good
get it.
question. Yeah, I
He
don't
does not
either.
get the love he deserves, bro. Cole Kmet fucked me in fantasy for 2 years, straight up.
Mhm.
When he was on Connor's team, couldn't believe how much work that guy was getting on the Bears, and now the past 2 years it's been like just straight up crickets. It's unbelievable. I don't understand it.
You know what has to happen, right? You have to drop him from all your fantasy teams that you have him in, and then he will start
Everybody drop
popping
Cole
off,
Kmet.
and he
Yeah.
will make just you.
He's not
Only
even on
you.
it. I don't have him.
Oh, you don't have him. Never mind.
No, I don't. It's just
All right.
yeah, I don't know. I really feel for the dude because he's just like not getting any work. He needs to go to a team that'll give him freaking work, please.
Yeah. I think I think we're gonna see maybe that if Tua doesn't perform again this week again, that we're gonna see Zach Wilson come out and maybe do even more than he did last game.
Jesus Christ. Well,
Which is
that's
wild,
crazy.
but,
I mean, all right. Yeah.
you know,
I wouldn't be surprised, but like it's just crazy that it's gone to that point.
I know. And no one expected this either. I mean, people were expecting the Dolphins to actually like maybe be kind of competitive this season, you know?
Yeah.
And
Again,
here
week
we
one,
are.
this could be overreaction, but
Oh, yeah,
you know,
definitely.
it's not. I mean, if you watch that game, it's like even if what is heating up to the Dolphins, that was like
Mhm.
that. Like what does heating up look like? Getting maybe 20 points
I know.
a
I think
game, like
scoring. I think maybe having a touchdown pass from your
yeah,
starting quarterback.
like, I don't know. Let's go to
I think
Carolina.
one last
Oh,
thing too here. It just this kind of encompasses the whole NFL, but also is very specific for the Dolphins here, because the reason that Jonnu Smith got traded is because he was demanding to have a more lucrative contract. You know, he wanted more
mhm.
from the Dolphins, and the Dolphins didn't value him like that, even though he had 9 touchdowns in the last 9 games of their season, giving them an opportunity to get into the wild card, which they obviously missed out on. But still,
Fourth best tight end regular season last year, and
yeah.
they were like,
And
"Nah,
they said
we're not gonna pay you."
no, and I think this is where the whole of the NFL is going toward. You have to have a good tight end. You have to have a good tight
You
end
have to.
to be successful in this league.
Because it completely fucks it completely fucks how good running too high safety is. I
Yep,
mean it just completely fucks the defense no matter what.
absolutely.
But when you can't play too high safety and you can't put a linebacker on your tight end, it really makes it hard
It
for the
does.
defense to do anything.
Yeah. Okay.
And I know, like the too high safety, like not all teams are running too high safety all the time, but they're running it enough to where it's really hard to read a defense.
Yeah.
So, all right,
You start off with this Carolina Jacksonville game. I have to get up and grab a water real fast. My mouth is dry.
yeah, okay. So, I guess I mean, look, a lot of you are in the same position that I am in. Watching this game. Well, I thought Carolina was going to come out and actually be a little bit better, actually a lot of bit better than because they ended off last season on a hot streak. They looked really good in every game they played, even the ones that they lost. So to come out like this was really surprising. But a lot of people are in the same boat as I am in with Jacksonville because a lot of you guys had Travis Etienne on your roster last year, and he did you so freaking dirty that you were like, I'm never going to pick this guy up again. I was in that group. and now he's getting 16 carries for 143 yards. Pretty bad, pretty rough, pretty rough.
Fun stat
Uh,
too. This is the second most rushing yards that Travis Etienne has had in an NFL game in his career. His first one came in 2022 against the Denver Broncos, who sucked at that time. He had 24 attempts for 156. So keep just keep that in mind. Crazy.
yeah, and so then obviously we have Tank Bigsby. He's gone. He just got traded. So then it looks like Putin might be the next guy up.
Let's go.
For the secondary, but I mean, it really just solidifies Travis Etienne. I mean, I think, I mean, it kind of sucks for Tank Bigsby, but Travis Etienne getting the start and then also running for 143 yards. I mean, that really pushed the GM to just like trade Tank away. But it is what it is. If you look at the two running backs in this game, we have Chuba Hubbard and then Travis Etienne. I mean, if you have both of those guys right now, you're pretty high on life because both have. I mean, Chuba Hubbard getting 5 targets out of the backfield, bro. I'm buzzing for that. And then you got a touchdown from Chuba, and he's getting a lot of work in the run game too. They only scored 10 points, and the only guy that was really doing anything productive was Chuba. Tedero McMillan had 9 targets, so he's gonna be the one there. I mean, I don't think it's a question. And then they're kind of getting Hunter Renfrow a little bit involved. I would just keep giving Hunter Renfrow the eye because Adam Thielen was really productive on Carolina's offense last year, and Hunter Renfrow is definitely just gonna be stuck in that Adam Thielen role on Carolina. So we'll see what happens there.
There's a couple of points that you got to make about Hunter Renfrow in this game too. If you watched it and you saw the passes that Hunter Renfrow caught, they were 2 like little short, quick pass, need a first down now routes, right? The ones that were missed were way overthrown, and they were deeper routes for him that could have gotten him a lot of work here. I mean, I'm talking about like 9 to 12 points. I'm not talking anything crazy. I'm not talking about any touchdown, but you're gonna see that Hunter Renfrow, if there's gonna be more goal line opportunities that they need to pass in where the running game is getting stopped more, you're gonna see Hunter Renfrow get some goal line targets because the dude is so quick and so. I don't even know how to explain it, man. He is so good in those quick route situations where he needs to create separation to get a short pass.
Extremely good, yeah, and he's extremely good goal line red zone target. I think a lot of people that aren't that play fantasy football like casually and they don't watch a ton of the games, they don't really understand why we're talking about Hunter Renfrow so much. So the reason why we talk about Hunter Renfrow a lot is because he used to be on the Raiders. I mean, he was very, very good. He had 2 years there on the Raiders where he was top 15 wide receivers in the league for fantasy points. The other reason is we just saw some clips of interviews that were coming out where DBs were talking about the hardest receivers to guard, and like a very large amount of them were saying, "Have you ever covered Hunter Renfrow? It's practically impossible." So that's kind of why we're keeping an eye on him a lot. I don't think you need to make any moves to grab him yet, unless you're like in a really deep dynasty league. Then you need to go and grab him. But you just got to keep your eye on him because he could have a very large role in this offense come week 7.
Yep.
That's all I got to say about this game.
All right. Are you trading high for Travis Etienne right now if you want him?
I'm not trading super high. I don't really know where I'm at on trading him. It would depend on your need if you really need a running back. I think right now, I think a fair trade for Travis Etienne because of what he did last year. I think a fair trade would be like if you need a running back and you don't really need a receiver. I think the comparable wide receiver to RB, I think it would be like trading Michael Pittman for Travis Etienne.
Okay.
I think that would be like where I'm at, like on a wide receiver to running back trade.
Right. I do have breaking news from the Fantasy Docs. I don't know if you know who the Fantasy Docs is.
Okay, go ahead.
The Fantasy Docs has footage from the Las Vegas Raiders practice today, and Brock Bowers is not suited up, and he is in a full PCL brace. So maybe
okay.
looking at Brock Bowers. Yeah, I mean, he didn't practice yesterday. He didn't practice Wednesday. He didn't practice Thursday. He's at walkthroughs today. He has his jersey and shorts on, but he's in a full PCL brace. I'm not saying that he's not going to play. I don't know if he's going to play or not. But if you are, I mean, and we might not get an announcement until like right before the game tomorrow. It sounds like he's not practicing. They're trying to get him to play on Sunday, or on Monday. Sorry, this is a Monday thing, right?
Monday at 7 p.m. By the way, it's
yeah,
late as hell.
So if you're
late as hell,
if you're banking on Brock Bowers playing, and I mean, and you're gonna miss out on literally every single bit of tight end play for the weekend, and you're then at 5 p.m. on Monday night seeing that he's out, you have to go pick up Mayer. But at the same time,
you have to do it now. You have to do it right now.
Exactly. You have to go do it right now, because imagine you're playing and you have the situation still, and then the person you're playing goes and picks up Mayer, so you get a 0, right? Because that's the strategy. That should be the strategy, at least. So yeah, don't bank on Brock Bowers playing. This is a really nasty injury that you do not want to be a part of. Yeah, there's a couple other injuries out there that we've already gotten announcements that people are out, but yeah, this is not looking good for Brock Bowers right now. And if it gets worse, this is looking bad for him to even finish the season, let alone play in week 3, right? So, just a little breaking news, and also going into from that breaking news into the Raiders. We got the Raiders versus New England here. Raiders take this game 20-13. And Geno Smith looked good, man.
He looked really good.
He
made one that one interception was a bad throw, but everything else looked really great.
But even then, it was tipped, and he had how many tip drills did he have last year that were intercepted?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, yeah, it's a curse of Geno, but at the same time, it's fine. I think it's fine. Yeah, Geno Smith played well. Ashton Jeanty, people were so upset that I don't know why they're upset. Are they upset because he only had 38 yards? Or, I mean, he still got a touchdown. I don't get it.
Here's the thing. I mean, I'm really glad that he scored the touchdown, because I was kind of banking on him getting like 13 to 14 points.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. Every team for the first few weeks knows that Ashton Jeanty is a complete insane threat on the ground. They're going to make Geno prove it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Geno proved it in this game, okay? And it's going to open up for Ashton. Geno just needs to keep killing the defense for loading the box and trying to stop Geno.
Yep.
As long as he keeps playing like this, defense will have to back off, and they will have to respect Geno, which will open up the run game for Jeanty. Okay, people need to calm down, and they just need to give this a little bit of time. Also, Jeanty's a rookie, so just give him a second, okay?
I think, when you have people complaining about all this stuff, when they're like, "Oh, Ashton Jeanty is bad" or whatever, there's two possible things that are happening here. Possibility number 1: Your name is. Oh shit! Now I'm gonna forget his name. He he used to be the Friday Night Lights guy for KGW in Portland. Now, Colin Cowherd. There we go. You are Colin Cowherd, and you need clicks. Okay, so you are saying that Ashton GT is the worst number 2 pick overall, blah blah blah, because this one game is gonna prove this. Or B, you don't know ball. And I think a lot of it is like people don't know ball. That's why they are worried that Ashton GT is, a horrible pick, all these things. Because you are 100% correct in saying that these teams are going to make Geno Smith prove it that the passing game is there. Because that is all they're looking out for is the run game. And this is not, this defense that they just played against New England. This New England defense is not something to just sit there and be like, oh, they're bad. No, they're not. Mike Vrabel is a great coach, great defensive coach too. And now he's back where it all began, trying to prove himself that he is a better coach than Bill Belichick, which we all know that he wants to do, right? So I think you're absolutely correct about that.
Any defensive coordinator would look at okay, so you got Ashton GT, coming in first round pick, unbelievable at Boise State, and then when you're game planning for the Raiders, you're like, okay, Ashton GT, great fucking running back, and then you look at Jacoby Myers, he's good, he's their one. But then you're like, okay, now who else do they have to throw to? They have Trey Tucker, who? Deontay Thornton?
Yep.
Jack Beck? Like, you start looking at that, you're like, I'm just going to make him throw the ball.
Yep.
And, I know Brock Bowers is also, a threat, but it's way harder to stop the run game once this gets going rather than stopping, Brock Bowers or letting some of that go and making Geno, prove that he can fit the ball in. The other thing I'm going to say about this game, too, is even when Brock Bowers was in the game, Michael Mayer was still getting work, and he had 4 catches for 38 yards. If Brock Bowers is not playing this game, the game plan for the Raiders is not going to change that much. They're still going to have design plays to the tight end. So, I would expect Mayer to get at least 50 yards in the receiving game if he's playing.
I think there's a really important thing to bring up here too. Is
or if Brock Bowers is not playing, excuse me. Sorry.
The Raiders are playing the Chargers this week, right? Now the Chargers this past year, it wasn't this past year. It was the year before. This Chargers defense is relatively the same as that it has been for a while now, right? Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, I would say so.
Was it really 2022? Oh, it was. Okay, never mind. Well, it could be pretty different since 2022 in all honesty, but the last time Geno Smith played the Chargers was in 2022. And the Chargers defense allowed against Seattle, they allowed 37 points. They sacked the Geno Smith twice. They got 1 interception. And they allowed 404 yards. And they had 6 TFLs, right?
Mm.
And that game ended in hold on. And I think there's a lot of different stuff that's happened since then, right? But that game was 37-23. The Seahawks took it. And the box score of that game, we had Geno Smith throwing for 210 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. It's fine. That's pretty typical stat line. But Kenneth Walker III had 23 carries for 167 and 2 touchdowns, right? That was his rookie season. What are we thinking? Personally, I'm thinking we could probably see the same thing happen with Ashton GT against that Chargers defense.
Yeah.
Especially because this past week, the Chargers defense really was focused on the pass, right? And they
Mhm.
couldn't stop Hollywood Brown.
Yeah.
Because Pacheco and Kareem Hunt didn't do a whole lot. But if they've got a and over the past season, we don't know what they were looking out for. But
Well, look, yes, that is true. Um, but you also have to remember, during that Kansas City game, it wasn't like, oh, they couldn't, like, the running backs couldn't get anything. We were down by 3 points. The Chiefs were down by 3 points,
yeah, there were negative game
and
scripts.
they
Yeah.
immediately abandoned the run, which
Mm-hmm.
is something that I really hate that teams are doing nowadays, is getting down by like a couple points and being like, I'm not running the ball anymore.
Yeah.
Good teams don't do that. So
No.
I will say they didn't really get an opportunity. They didn't get much opportunity to run the ball, um, because they just decided not to run it. I mean, look, they ran the ball 10 times the whole game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
so I think we'll see on that. I do think you're right though that G&T is gonna have a lot better game against the Chargers.
Yeah. I want to talk about the other side of this game real fast too, a little bit. Drake May, he was 30 for 46. I mean, already just having 46 attempts is crazy in a game. He also threw an interception, and he had 11 yards on 4 carries. And he had a fumble. So you look at his stat line, or you look at how many points he had, and you're like, oh man, he had wow. But in reality, he lost another 5 points, so he could have had a 20-point game easily.
Mm-hmm.
Which is it's I don't know. It's tough for me because you want I did all this work in the offseason, and I'm like, Drake May and Dak Prescott are going to be my quarterbacks in my leagues this year, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. But Trayvon Henderson, rookie out of Ohio State, one of the rookies out of Ohio State, I should say, looked fantastic in this game, in my opinion. He didn't score a touchdown, but he he only had 5 carries out of the backfield, where Ramondre Stevenson had 7, and he had more yards on those 5 carries than Ramondre Stevenson had. And they got in a negative game script pretty quickly, but Drake May found a way to give him the reception still, and he was 6 for 6 for 24, which is pretty damn good too. But the thing you got to come out of this game with is that Kayshon Boutte, um, this is their guy. He could be their guy, you know. Stephon Diggs looked slow. He didn't look bad, but he looked slow. Demario Douglas looked all right. He still had a touchdown in the game, and
Negative 2 yards and a touchdown.
yeah, I know.
Crazy.
It's funny. People were saying that Demario Douglas, in order to have a 1,000-yard season, he's got to have he's got to get 1,003 yards now. But and then Kyle Williams didn't really get an opportunity to flourish, in my opinion, because he only had that one reception for 12 yards. I still think that Kyle Williams, if something happens to one of these wide receivers, will have an increased role, and he can prove that he is really, really good. But I think if you've got a taxi squad, put him in the taxi squad. But if you don't, get him off your team until it happens. And then Hunter Henry, man, if you're hurting for a tight end, go get Hunter Henry because he's going to get a lot of work this year.
Yeah, I think with Stephon Diggs and Booty, I think they are going to be like interchangeable this year with because I think either one of them is going to have this box score, like 6 of 8 for 103. I think that could go to Stephon Diggs next week, and Booty's going to be the one with 6 for 7 for 57.
Yeah.
It's just depends. But I'm not really sure who the one's going to be. To be honest, I mean, I wasn't really expecting Booty to really go off like this, but I mean, if he keeps going, I mean, shoot,
Yeah,
why not?
I know it.
It's really just it's anybody's game. It's anybody's position right now to try to take that one spot. So all
Makes
right,
sense to me.
let's go to the Arizona and New Orleans.
Yeah, this game was a lot closer than everyone thought it was going to be. And I
Hmm.
love that because Cardinals I think are a really bad team. I really don't think they're going to be good this season at all. But
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
I just don't
Again,
think
it's
their
week
defense
one,
is there.
so
Like
it's hard to.
I think yeah, their offense is good, but I just don't think their defense is going to hold up. You know, like I get that you're going up against Alvin Kamara, but the fact that Spencer Rattler is kind of spreading the ball out so far against this defense, against the secondary, and I don't know. Maybe Spencer Rattler has grown since last season, but man, Spencer Rattler looked horrible last year. Horrible. So I don't know. I don't know.
And he threw a hospital pass to Chris Olave in this game. Like
Yeah,
this guy cannot catch a break with hospital passes.
he cannot.
I don't really have much to say about this game. The only thing that I could say coming out of this game is that you pretty much know Alvin Kamara
Hmm.
is going to be the guy in New Orleans, and um, there is a little bit of some questions with between Trey Benson and James Conner. I Trey Benson looked really great. You know, he had 8 carries for 69 yards. I think one of them came off of a breakaway though. Um, but still, I mean, Trey Benson's been with the team. This is his second year with the Cardinals, and they were kind of expecting him to kind of flourish into their number one back. But James Conner is still holding it on to it. We'll see how long that stays.
Yeah, yeah,
I
man. It's
still I still like James Conner a little bit more because of his. If anything, he's going to be at least getting 60 to 70% of the snaps, and he's going to get every goal line snap still, in my opinion. But
mhm.
Trey Benson is still he's right there. He's definitely right fucking behind him, breathing down his neck. So
Yeah,
see,
yeah, man. It's gonna be interesting. I mean, James Conner is getting older, 30 years old, which for a running back, unless your name is Alvin Kamara, is kind of a death sentence sometimes. But he's still a power back. He's gonna get the goal line opportunity no matter where Trey Benson is getting his opportunity. This is kind of reminding me of. This is kind of reminding me of kind of how oh uh the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were last year at the beginning of the season with Bucky Irving, right? He wasn't getting the opportunity until he was, and then when he was, it was pretty obvious where it was.
yeah, yep,
So this could be a very similar situation. And if you've got Trey Benson, hold on to him, man. Hold on to him. Wait till he's a running back one, and you're gonna flourish, in my opinion. That's all I really
okay.
got to say about this game.
Let's go. Yeah, Pittsburgh and Jets probably
Yeah,
one
man.
of the most electric games of
Well,
week one.
when during the game, I was sitting there and I was like, man, this is the game of the week. This is awesome.
Oh
This is a
yeah,
great game, dude. But obviously, it was not.
yeah.
Um,
No, but dude, honestly, I mean, I love to see this because I was really, really hoping that Justin Fields was gonna take off in
yeah,
this first game, and he did. I made a really, really bullish call on taking Garrett Wilson early because he's kind of like the only guy that's gonna be catching anything. And this first game, it looks like it's paying off. I mean, Garrett Wilson had a really good game. He dropped that last pass at the end of the game. That was really tough on the fourth down. But other than that, fantasy production wise, I mean, it's looking good for the Jets.
yeah. It really
I
is.
mean, there's nothing really that much more to say about it. Like we know where the ball's going. Like we
Hmm.
know Brees Hall's getting the ball. I mean, 19 carries is crazy.
Yep.
So much volume, and then Justin Fields is going to be running, so he got 2 rushing touchdowns. We knew Garrett Wilson was going to be their real only target in the pass game. Um, and everything kind of went how we thought was going to go for the Jets. Which is good. I mean, they played better than we expected it to be honest.
Yeah.
I think the same goes for the Steelers. They played better than we expected as well. Aaron Rodgers looked pretty good. He was definitely throwing some dimes out there. Uh, and then Jalen Warren is definitely just taking over the backfield for sure. He wasn't super productive, but he did get the TD to kind of save the week. So people were happy about that. Calvin Austin, I mean, obviously he's so sneaky in the slot, and he got past the defense a couple times. DK had 83 yards. Like Johnny Smith had a touchdown, so everybody kind of ate in this game. There wasn't really anybody that didn't eat.
So the thing I gotta say about this is just like, leave it to Aaron Rodgers to go to a new team and find some tall white dude with long hair that he falls in love with to throw the ball to. And in this case, it's been
Skowronek.
Like, I don't know. I fucking hate Aaron Rodgers so much. He's such a. It's so obvious like where he is and where he lies with everything. It's ridiculous, but yeah, everyone did kind of eat, and I think he, regardless of DK Metcalf being the obvious number one receiver in Pittsburgh, which is whatever. I think he got to look at Calvin Austin because he's just a good slot receiver,
I mean, he's really sneaky, and when you have a guy that commands so much attention like DK, he got behind the defense a couple times, and the DBs were looking fucking confused to how he got there. So
absolutely,
yeah.
This game was fun. I'm excited to see
both
these teams keep on playing, but
the only thing that could have made this game more fun was if the Jets won. That's really it. I mean, everybody was rooting for the Jets. Unfortunately, they unfortunately lost, but
I'm sick and tired of seeing Aaron Rodgers succeed with other teams, though. Like, it is really pissing me off. I don't usually hope this like for really a whole lot of people, but I really hope that something happens, man, and he does not able to play anymore this year. He's got to retire.
Damn.
Like, I really don't like him, man. I really don't like him. I'm just done with him,
Yeah.
Like,
I think a lot of people have that I'm done with him. I wish he would have retired after last.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that he's a bad player or anything. I'm saying it because of his personality, He's just
let's go.
So self-centered.
Let's go to the Giants in Washington. Yeah. This is not the Washington game that just was played.
Right.
I wouldn't say there's really too much to say about this game.
Nah.
To be honest, the Giants looked not very good, other than Malik Nabers getting 12 targets. Crazy. Wan'Dale Robinson seems to be the wide receiver 2. Kind of like what you predicted, with him being the wide receiver 2 there, getting a lot of work. The Giants are going to be in a negative game script pretty much all the time, so expect them to get a ton of both. I think their top 3 receivers to get a lot of targets. I know Darius Slayton didn't do much this time, but I would expect him to get at least 4 targets a game. Wan'Dale probably 6 targets a game. Malik Nabers is going to get probably 10 targets a game. It's kind of be what the breakdown is going to be there.
Yeah.
Tyrone Tracy and Scatabo is going to be a very interesting backfield, because it's like, who's going to be more productive? I really couldn't say at this point. I mean, Scatabo had -3 yards, but dude was, I mean, he would get the ball and there would be 5 dudes on him already, and he was breaking a ton of tackles. He looked really tough back there, but he didn't have a chance to do anything. Tyrone Tracy was kind of the same thing. I mean, the Giants just don't look good.
Yeah.
They have no time. I mean, there's just no push on the offensive line, whatsoever. As for Washington, to me, Jaden Daniels is obviously going to be a great quarterback this year. We know what happened on Thursday, so Krosky Merritt's going to take over the backfield. We just got news about 2 hours ago that Austin Eckler will not be back this season off of Achilles tear.
So
just
sad.
the worst thing ever. Because I think it's probably his second to last or last year without injury. Yeah, I mean, it's a really tough one to say that if he's gonna be back in the NFL.
Yeah,
which sucks for him because I really think Austin Eckler's a great player.
I do too. I really.
Uh, and then off of the last two games here, I mean, Terry McLaurin is just he's really not getting a ton of work because they're just kind of giving him the dink and dunk passes where they're giving Debo a lot more work within the run game and the screen game. Um, I did not expect that. I expected Terry McLaurin to get a little bit more work than Debo, but it just hasn't connected yet. I think part of it is because Terry was like not with the team for so long while they're under contract negotiation. So
Yeah.
Jane Daniels and him are kind of rusty with each other. We'll see how that plays out. Zach Ertz is definitely having a prime Zach Ertz season. I have no idea where this came from, but Zach Ertz is definitely somebody that you're going to want to try to trade for at this point.
I agree.
Him and Jaden Daniels are on the same page completely, and it's a kind of a crazy thing to see how well they are communicating with each other during the play. It's kind of wild.
You know, there's one, there's two things about this game that I think we're gonna see. First of all, pull up the clip of me saying Wandell Robinson is going to have an increased role in this offense this season. Because it's already being proven to be so. He had more receptions than Malik Neighbors. Obviously, not as many targets, but yeah. Wandell Robinson, he's a good receiver, man. Very, very good receiver. And secondly, Jackson Dart's going to end up starting, man.
It's looking like that's gonna.
And to be honest with you, I don't know why Jameis Winston's on this roster if he's not going to be a backup. Why are they paying him to be a third string, right? Are we banking on somebody getting injured? Is that what we're doing? I don't understand. Like he could be a backup. He could be a better backup for Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh. He could be a better backup than Tyrod Taylor for the New York Jets. He could be a better backup than Jarrett Stidham in Denver. He could be a better backup than well, maybe I don't know if that's actually true. He could be a better backup than Kyle Allen in Detroit. You know, there's so many places where he could be a better backup than the backup that's actually backing up, and yet he's a third string in New York. I don't understand this, man. But I digress.
Yeah, I mean everything that's going on with the Giants right now is not good.
No,
Um, it's
really
not
not.
good. The only bright spot is like Malik Neighbors
Yeah.
and Wandale. Like everything else is not great. Jackson Dart's probably going to end up starting.
Yep.
It's a really tough situation to get thrown into.
It is because Brian
Giants
Daboll is going to
fans
get
need
fired,
to be
man.
patient with Dart because he is going to be a very good quarterback. He just
He needs to be
I don't
in a
know. He's
better
just gonna need
situation.
some time. Yeah,
Like
because the situation's really, really bad.
it
This
is.
isn't like a JJ McCarthy situation where the
No.
situation is good
Nope.
and he played like really bad for the first three quarters, but then turned it on in the fourth.
Exactly.
This is just a straight up bad situation
Yeah,
completely.
because their head coach is clueless.
Yeah,
He's actually does not know what's happening. So
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Giants fans, if Jackson Dart gets put in there, you need to be patient. Like very patient. You need to give this guy at least a season and a half to like figure out what the hell is going on because this is not a good situation to be in.
100%. We got Tennessee at Detroit. Or sorry, Tennessee at Denver.
This is another you got to be patient. Tennessee needs to be patient with Cam Ward. Like we don't know anything yet. I mean, again, not a good situation to run into here.
I think he still performed extremely well against what is supposed to be the best defense in the league, man. You know, and to be honest with you, like the Titans defense looked pretty decent.
Yeah.
Against an offense that should be better than, I mean, it was a playoff offense last season, right? But Bo Nix looked horrible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he
Oh
had a
my
bad one.
God. He really did. He got a couple of good throws to Cortland Sutton for a touchdown, but man, he did not look good. He did not look good at all. I don't know what to say. I really don't. I don't know
Yeah,
what to say.
a couple things. I mean, Cam Ward. I don't know if he looked like amazing in this game. This is a really tough defense to go against on your first game in the NFL. It's
Yeah,
really hard.
yeah,
Not really gonna hold this game against him too much.
no.
Um, he's not. Cam Ward's not really gonna be a fantasy relevant QB. I don't think. If he is gonna be fantasy relevant, it's gonna be late in the season.
Hmm.
Tony Pollard, he has a fumble loss, which is not good. But I mean, 18 carries is a lot of volume. And I think that's going to be kind of the situation when you have Cam Ward kind of like learning. They're going to lean on Tony Pollard a lot. So,
Hmm.
eight, that's a lot of volume. So you're probably pretty happy about that. I would also expect Calvin Ridley to have an increased role this week because he's really the guy there. There's nobody else really that's going to be getting a ton of targets. I mean, Calvin Ridley, I think out of a lot of teams in this league, he is like the undeniable number one for this team. So,
Yeah.
uh, I'm also really excited on the other side. I mean, I'm really excited to see um, RJ Harvey getting 70 yards on 6 carries. That's really good. And I'm also really excited. Cortland Sutton obviously is. That's really great to see that he's getting a ton of work. But also Troy Franklin and Bo Nix are connecting more. I think that's interesting. Because Troy Franklin is a deep threat. They both came out of Oregon. They have good chemistry. They could not connect a lot last year. I mean, if you look at the games last year, there was probably like 4 or 5 times where either Troy Franklin dropped a touchdown pass, a long touchdown pass, or Bo Nix overthrew him by you know, just like a couple inches. They
Hmm.
just weren't on the same page. But I mean, if they can get something going, I mean, Troy Franklin could be somebody that you need to keep an eye on
Yeah.
for Denver.
I mean, remember that game against the Browns last season on Thursday night where Franklin it was wild. Jerry Judy had the Jameis Winston threw the ball to was it Jerry Judy or Cedric Tillman? I don't remember, but there was like an 80-yard touchdown or something wild. And the very next play, Denver goes out and Bo Nix throws the same exact ball to Troy Franklin. Yeah, I think it was Troy Franklin, but it could have been Marvin Mims. I don't remember. Um, for this, it was literally the same exact plays, same exact yardage. That's what
Yeah,
That's what they're using Troy Frank. I don't know why I can't say this guy's name.
I can't say Troy Franklin.
I can't say Troy Franklin. But, this is what they're using him for, and it is interesting that they're getting him on more than that. So maybe
All right.
give it another week, see what
Yeah,
happens. But yeah,
yeah, I'm excited for it. If Troy Franklin and Cedric Tillman both take off,
yeah,
my dynasty team, bro, like shit. I mean, I've been calling shots for a couple years, and my dynasty team, if Troy Franklin really starts to pop off this year, holy shit, bro, my team's gonna be really scary.
I want to be in a
Um,
dynasty league. That sounds fun. Uh, we got
all right,
the
okay,
next. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
go ahead.
this is a pop off game for me, bro. Like I'm so fucking. This is not what the Seahawks did was just not okay in this game.
Well, okay. So it it is the first game of Sam Darnold being the number one QB in Seattle. First game of JSN being the number one wide receiver in Seattle. First game of Cooper Kupp being in Seattle, which is a huge deal. And we got rid of Noah Fant, and we're going with Eric Arroyo, which is a rookie. AJ Barner, who we just got last season as a rookie. And it is, of course, the first season back of the new LOB because this defense is fucking good. I don't give a
Yeah,
shit what anybody has to say. This defense is legit. They are good. Listen, we're coming out of this week with a loss, okay? And this defense injured Brock Purdy, and Brock Purdy's out indefinitely. This defense banged up Christian McCaffrey at the end of the game. This defense banged up Sky Moore and caused him to fumble. You know, this defense banged up Juwan Jennings. And this defense put George Kittle out for the next 5 weeks because he's on IR now.
Yeah, Legion of Boom is definitely might be making a comeback here.
I think it could be too. I mean, this team, this defense is looking really legit. It's looking really good. But yeah, man, the offense. Listen, okay. So I feel like I feel like Clint Kubiak in his first game here was really, really struggling with the fact that he didn't want to look too much like Ryan Grubb. Okay. And I feel like he was trying so hard that he eventually came full circle to looking like him, because we looked like we didn't know more than like 2 packages. Okay. And granted, like, this is one of the reasons why I hate having divisional games the very first week. And this doesn't only go for the Seahawks, this goes for everybody. And I think the Seahawks and the Detroit Lions and oh, what was the other team that I was looking at? Oh, and the Bengals suffered the most from this, right? Granted, the Bengals ended up winning their game, but it looked like all 3 of those teams were only using like maybe 20% to 25% of their playbook because they don't want their whole playbook out on film, right? Granted, this went to the detriment to the Seahawks, and it went to the detriment of the Lions because both teams lost. But it really sucks that we were using like 20% of our playbook, and at the same time, we almost won this game.
Yeah.
You know, like, this game was very close to being won, and I don't think we should have passed the ball in that play. Once again, it's just like the curse of the Seahawks. We don't pass the ball on the goal line, brother. Give it to your running back. But I have hopes for next week. I have hopes for this week, and man, we gotta not target JSN 13 times. We got to get Cooper Kupp the ball a little bit and give him some opportunity to do some stuff. And we got to get the tight ends more involved too, because we're giving the tight ends 3 looks. That is not enough, and we got to be more more successful in offense so we can get everybody more looks, because we only ended up with what? 23 plus 12 is 35 plus 10 is 45 plays on offense plus. Hold on. No, plus 1. 46 plays on offense. 46 plays on offense, and we're almost winning this game against what is supposed to be like a Super Bowl contender for some reason.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know. I think all of the professionals, quote unquote professionals, all of the talking heads around the league have the idea of this game all wrong. I think they got to be looking at San Francisco with like under a deep lens, a deep microscope, and being like, what in the world is wrong with this team, where they almost got beat on 46 plays when, I mean, Brock Purdy had what did he go? What was his stat line here? 26 for
277, 2 TDs,
277, 2 TDs. He had 11 less plays to pass than the Seahawks did overall. And he only scored 3 more points. Like, there's a serious issue with that team if that's all they're scoring on 35 attempts at passing. And Christian McCaffrey having 22 carries for only 69 yards and 9 of his 26 receptions. I don't know, man. This San Francisco team has a lot to answer for their fan base than the Seattle does for theirs, in my opinion. You know, I'm not happy with this game because I think we should have won. I think we should have won no problem. But I'm happy in the sense that the Arizona Cardinals look like shit. San Francisco 49ers look like shit. And the the LA Rams didn't look all that good either, you know? I think this division looks
Yeah,
wide open.
I think you're right. I mean, I think the JSN like getting targeted 13 times off of 23 passes. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah,
that's
that's
a little bit rough.
yeah.
It's really rough.
Yeah.
Um, Kenneth Walker needs to play better. I mean, to be honest, the offense in general needs to play better because from what I saw of this game, it was like literally 3 and out like every freaking drive.
Yep.
So they need to play better. The other thing here is, look, okay, look. There's one person that would look really good in the Seahawks jersey, bro, and you already know where I'm going with this.
It's Cole Kmet.
Please, 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 trade for Cole Kmet. Oh my fucking god, bro!
Yeah.
Please, somebody make the decision.
Yeah, but
He is one of the best tight ends in the league, and he's on the bench. Somebody.
Who do we send over, man?
I don't care. I mean, genuinely.
I would be
he's
down.
on the bench. They will just fucking trade him a pick.
Listen,
just give him like a third.
I would, because I don't want him on my team anymore because of how he looked this past week. I don't know. I feel weird about this saying it, but if we send Tariq Woolen and they give us a draft pick and Cole Kmet, I'm down.
Just send over a third on pick for Cole Kmet, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah.
He's so good, bro.
Yep.
He would literally add a layer to this offense that hasn't been there for a long time.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Let's go to Detroit and Green Bay. I mean, we already talked about Green Bay.
Yeah, man. Green Bay looks
so
unreal. But
I don't really know what else to say. I mean, again, I don't. Detroit, don't worry. Like, I wouldn't. Don't look. Don't worry about this that much right now, okay? Like, Green Bay probably has the best defense in the league. Like, Green Bay's a really great team, and
yeah.
we don't want to draw like many conclusions from this game because of how good Green Bay is, and they look like Super Bowl caliber. They don't look like even like rusty. Like a lot of teams look not like super great week one. Yeah, I mean, this is just, it is what it is, man. And Green Bay looks really, really great. I don't think it has anything to do with Detroit, you know. I mean, I think Detroit, like, they've lost a lot of people on the offensive line, but I wouldn't take this game. I wouldn't put this game under a microscope too much. You guys just couldn't really get anything going against this defense, and it just,
that's okay.
it is what it is. There's things that you can be happy about. You know, Jared Goff, 31 for 39, 225. You know, he's kind of getting hot. You know, like 31 for 39 is no joke. You got Jahmyr Gibbs getting a lot of work in the pass game. Tesla made that great catch in the back of the end zone. Like, I would just look at the positives here. Sam Laporta is also getting way more involved in the offense than he was last year, which is really good to see. So, you know, I wouldn't just, I would look at the positives of this game, try not to look at too many of the negatives because Green Bay is a really, really tough team this year for everybody.
Yeah.
Especially going into week one, especially divisional game week one. It's just a really hard thing to do. You know, on week one. It's really tough.
Yeah. Let's just speed run these last three because we got Houston and LA Rams. Because I agree with you on all that, and I think I think the Lions are gonna be fine. They're gonna be a wild card team. They might, but they're certainly not winning this division. Unless something crazy happens on the Green Bay defense, which, well, let's hope not, because this defense is going for it all right now.
Pretty sleepy game on Houston, LA.
Yep.
Really outside of Kyren Williams got the volume. Puka Nacua is not sleepy at all.
No,
crazy.
Bro. Did you see Puka Nacua when he got hit really hard and his eye was bleeding?
Yeah, bro.
He got the Mangekyo Sharingan, bro. That was crazy.
Bro.
That was so sick.
Yeah, he did have the Mangekyo. Yeah, he looked like he was about to. He definitely looked like he was about to pop off anime style, and he kind of did.
Yeah, he definitely did. I don't know if Matthew Stafford is okay. We're gonna find out. I just don't know. You know, he he's so good, but he was so injured this summer, and I don't know if that's just magically gone. You know what I mean? So we'll see. But yeah, Kyron Williams, of course, scored a touchdown. All of us knew it was happening. Um, you know, it
Who?
was
So I
it's
guess
what it is.
my thing that I want to talk about this here is Nick Chubb, 13 carries, 60
Sure.
yards. He's
Yeah.
gonna get probably a lot of volume because Joe Mixon's not there, and Ogunbowale, he had I think it was a game-losing fumble
Yeah,
in this game.
it was.
So I mean, man, it's gonna be really hard for him to come back from that. But Nick Chubb is the lead runner now.
Hmm.
Are we buying? Who are we buying on this team? Are you buying Nick Chubb? Are you trying to buy Nico Collins for something? Because I mean, it was a pretty abysmal performance.
You know, it's tough because the Rams defense is pretty damn good. Um, I would buy Nick Chubb for sure, especially this next week. I think Nick Chubb has an opportunity to impress. Um,
Like what is like for what? Like what are you trying to get Nick Chubb for? I mean like what's the trade? You know what I mean? Like what's the
yeah, I
trade
mean,
line here? Because they're
uh,
expecting him to not like Sleeper is not expecting
Sleeper's
they're
not
expecting Chubb to be going full till week 4, and then I'm
right.
not. I think are they expecting Joe Mixon to come back week 5? Because last time I heard, they don't know if he's even coming back.
Yeah, that's the last I heard too. Joe Mixon is uncertain. He's still on the pup list, and I don't know if he's going to come off the pup list.
So you could use that to your advantage. I mean, I think you can buy Nick Chubb pretty low off of being like, hey, he's only expected to go 4 games, and then
Yeah,
take a backseat to Joe Mixon, and just we don't really know. Like, use that to your advantage if you want to buy him. You can probably buy low. I'm not really sure what the comparison is to Nick Chubb. It's kind of a weird situation.
it really is. I think if you're going to try to buy Nick Chubb, you're going to try to buy Nick Chubb for like maybe a Josh Palmer. Um, Something like that, you know. Uh, I, yeah, man, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. That's a tough one. Like if I'm buying if I'm buying Nick Chubb right now, it's probably for like 30 fab if he's on the waivers, you know. But other than that, I think if you're relying on Nick Chubb as your number one back, you're probably losing. So I'm probably only flexing him, and even then, I'm like, ooh, I don't know. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, it's definitely a weird situation. Maybe
it's very tough.
if you're gonna buy Nick Chubb, I'd maybe wait another week. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
Tough one.
Uh,
Most electric game, maybe ever.
it could be, could be. Um, I turned it off the drive home from work, and then I got home and the Bills won, and I was like, huh? Because when I left, it was 27-40, and
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
just
we kind of knew
wild, man.
everything here, right? Like,
Yeah,
I think the only thing that's really surprising me is Keon Coleman. I mean, his production was definitely there's a lot of luck in his production in this game.
yes,
Uh,
most
he
definitely.
looked like he was only about to score 11 points, and then in the fourth quarter, like everything happened
Yep,
that happened, and he got a lot of work in the last 3 minutes.
yep.
Um, the only thing is, like we see like these kind of turning points in people's careers off of things like this, and I think this could be maybe that turning point for Keon Coleman
Hmm.
because the momentum that he gets off of this game might be crazy.
Yeah, man, it could be, but it's just so tough for me to say that Keon Coleman's the one. I mean, we saw this last year, didn't we? We saw Keon Coleman have a really, really good game,
And then sleep
And
the whole
then
rest of the season pretty much.
he had another good game after Seattle and Tennessee, you know, but then he got injured and was done until week 15 in Detroit. And I just don't know. I just don't know. He's still young. There's still a lot of things that we could see from him, but I just don't know. He's the perfect weapon for the Bills, though, because he's 6'4", he's fast, he's young. But I just don't know.
Yeah, he was injured last year. He had a lot of games in like the 9-point range.
If I'm a
And
Keon Coleman
then,
owner
yeah.
right now, I'm selling high. I'm selling high. I'm trying to get out of Keon Coleman. I'm trying to get into something else. But I'm selling high if I used a late round draft pick, man, you know?
Yeah.
And in fact, in this league, it looks like he's been traded around a couple of times. So, and it looks like, okay, wait. Well, I have a question, Cade. I've got a big question to ask. Why is T.
Okay.
Schultz getting fleeced on every trade he makes?
Because dude.
He traded Calvin Ridley, Tua, Kyle Pitts, and Keon Coleman last year.
You can see the trades from last year, bro.
I can.
Don't look.
Or Josh Allen, T.J. Hawkinson, and Andre.
Logan, don't
Aiyashima.
please stop looking, bro. Look. I already given. I guess I didn't give you the rundown. But
Did Wick win last year?
No.
Okay.
Dan won last
year. Okay, gotcha. But I'm like, okay, but
Wick won. Wick has won a lot though.
Yeah.
He was. I think he had a 3-peat or a 4-peat win. So, anyway, I think pretty much. I mean, you knew what was gonna happen with Baltimore. I mean, you knew Lamar Jackson was gonna go off. You knew Derrick Henry was gonna go off. Zay Flowers is one of those guys where you're like not really sure every week what's gonna happen, but you know he is gonna have games like this where he's gonna go for around the 24 to 30 point range.
Yeah.
I don't really know what to say. I mean, I think everybody kind of knew what was gonna happen this game. You knew that everything. Everybody was gonna pop off. So yeah. I was just surprised on how much Keon Coleman popped off in the fourth quarter, and I'm a little bit on the fence on like I don't know where his career goes from here because
I don't either.
I think I think it definitely could be a turning point on like, hey, like now he's the guy now, and he's gonna come in with a lot of confidence, a lot of momentum in the next game.
Yeah,
and we'll see what happens, but
I mean, I'm hoping for the best for him. Honestly, I really am, but. Yeah, you just don't know.
Don't think you get a lot of games where you have that much production in a couple minutes.
Yeah, because I mean that was the last drive that he had all that production. He had what, like 6 of those receptions.
It was the last like 2 drives. Yeah.
And he also had the touchdown too in the fourth quarter, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he had like 5 catches for like. I think it was like 5 catches for like 70 yards and a touchdown in the last couple minutes of the game. Yeah.
So. Let's move on to the Monday night game. This game was really interesting because you look at fantasy and both the quarterbacks have pretty good stat lines. But then you watch the game.
Yeah.
And you sit there and you're like, dude, Caleb Williams sucks. This dude's so bad. And you're also sitting there and you're like, man, I want out of DJ Moore. You know, I don't want DJ Moore on my fantasy team. Immediately when I took him, I was like, that was a mistake. You should not have taken him there.
100%. I mean, look, I was looking at DJ Moore during the draft, and I was like, I just don't want to touch it.
No,
I don't.
I mean, last season out of DJ Moore, you got one 20-point game, and it came in week 12, right? Every other game was subpar, and he ended up being the wide receiver number what? 7 wide receiver number. I guess last season he was a wide receiver 16 somehow. But I don't want. It's not a wide receiver 16 that's gonna help you win the fantasy league. You know.
I mean, he has a. Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't like it. I
I don't know, man.
did.
Look at his point totals from last season. Like it's he has a lot of he has some game. He's not consistent. It's like,
No.
oh, okay, you'll have like 10 point, 10 point, 10 point, then 28, and he was like, okay, now you got like 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, and then like
23.
28,
Yeah.
and then 23, and then 10, 15, 14, 12, and then 21. So he finished off last season really strong, but then like the beginning of the season, you're like, oh shit, like
I don't want him on my
I don't know.
team. I don't know. I just think I don't think the Bears are the answer to anything. I don't want anybody on the Bears, but there's only one Bears player I want on my team. And that's DeAndre Swift. I thought he, even though he didn't have a great, fantasy game, I thought that he ran really, really hard. I thought he looked really good, and
He wasn't giving, he wasn't getting much
I would take
of
the
an
risk.
opportunity
Yeah,
to run the ball in like an open area. Like the pass game that Caleb was cooking was not good. I mean, I know he had 21 completions for 210 yards, but dude, I mean, if you watch a game, it did not feel like that, bro. Like he was, there was just after the first drive, it was just everything went downhill for them.
yeah,
And I mean, the Vikings went into Caleb Williams. You need to throw the ball, man. We're not gonna let DeAndre Swift run.
right.
Like you need to throw the ball, and he was not doing very well
Yeah,
at that.
no, he was not. I mean, he looked bad in my opinion. Especially in the second half. I mean, he looked horrible in the second half. The first couple drives, Caleb Williams looked okay, but then he just looked horrible. And
Yeah,
and almost on the reverse end of this, JJ McCarthy looked awful for the first 3 quarters of this game, and then in the fourth quarter came back. You know, I don't that pick six that he threw was
dude,
I don't know.
I mean, he stared down Justin Jefferson on that play.
Oh yeah,
I swear to God, it was before he even snapped the ball. He
yep,
was already looking over there,
yep.
and that dude jumped. I mean, let's go Beavs first of all.
Oh
That
yeah,
corner
totally.
that got that was from the Beavers, but bro, I mean, genuinely, I don't think that guy could have gotten an easier pick six. I don't think there maybe has been one in a long time. Like
Yeah,
that was the easiest read into a pick six. And after that, JJ had to like really trust himself, and he was not staring his receivers down after that at all.
no.
And he just had to. He was like, you could tell that he was like, it can't get any worse, so I'm just gonna throw the ball like I was taught to, and that worked.
It's funny too, man, because after that pick six and then after the 3-and-out, right after that pick six, Kevin O'Connell kind of was looking around laughing like it was over. He was like, "Phew, this is so cooked."
Yeah, dude. I mean,
I
I
really
put
thought
that in
that.
the chat.
Yeah, I
I was like,
remember
bro,
seeing that.
he's
I remember
laughing. He
thinking
thinks it's
it at the
cooked.
same time too. I was like, "Damn, he might be regretting getting rid of Sam Darnold right now." But then he made his comeback, rushed for a
Yeah,
touchdown, threw a touchdown, got a 2-point conversion, won the
threw
game.
two TDs.
Yeah.
He threw two TDs and ran for a touchdown in the fourth quarter. Like,
Yep.
dude, that's some grit. I can't
Absolutely.
lie. I can't lie with that, bro. Like that, you
And
know, that
I,
takes some serious dedication to like really play that bad for 3 quarters and then come
mhm.
back in the fourth quarter and just keep your head down and keep grinding. Like that's impressive.
There is one really important thing that I want to bring up in this, and that is what I said before this game. Jordan Mason is going to be the number 1 running back in Minnesota. He
Yeah,
is just going to be. And he
yeah.
got more carries. He outcarried Aaron Jones by 7. And he had more yards than Aaron Jones on the ground and receiving. Granted, Aaron Jones had a lot more receiving yards than Jordan Mason, but Jordan Mason only had 1 reception. And Jordan Mason didn't get the touchdown. Aaron Jones did. But I guarantee you, when Aaron Jones gets
Off a
these
pass
touchdowns,
though.
bro, and it was off pass, yeah, very true. Jordan Mason's going to be a really good running back to have in fantasy this season, in my opinion. He had a 54% snap percentage. He's a good receiving back. He's a good running back, man. He's young. If he's not getting the number 1 snaps this season, it's gonna happen next season. And
Yeah.
like this is something to watch out for in Minnesota because Jordan Mason is really good. There's a reason that Jordan Mason was the backup to Christian McCaffrey for so long
Aaron
because he wasn't a backup.
Jones. I don't think Aaron Jones is really gonna go away at least this season.
Yeah.
So look, a lot of the really good teams right now they run 2-back committees, and that's kind of like the way the NFL is going, and that's why in fantasy you see a lot of receivers go first now because a lot of the stock in your workhorse running backs has gone down. That's why all the workhorse running backs go in the early rounds, and there's nothing left once you get down to the draft.
But it's also
there's only like committee running backs left.
right.
So
it's also
I
good.
mean,
We've seen a lot less injuries in those running backs as well with this
Yeah.
happening. So
yeah,
you're really just gambling on who's gonna get primary goal line or who's gonna get primary receiving. That's what you're kind of looking for in this, which is I think it's a good thing. I think if
yeah. I
'cause
mean,
you're
I
just
think
not-
I also think competition is good in the
Yeah,
backfield.
yeah, totally. And not only that, but like you're literally just searching, in my opinion, you're searching for all of these factors, and it makes you need to know ball more. Because
Yeah.
if you're just sitting there and you're like, oh, this guy had 1,600 rushing yards last year, and they brought in number 1 draft pick, whatever. Listen, that's not gonna help you, unless it's fucking Derrick Henry. But still,
Yeah, I mean, Aaron Jones to me, I mean, he could easily turn into a back that's kind of doing what he did in this game, like a
Yeah.
receiving back that can still, still can take the defense off guard by getting a carry and creating space because he is a good running back. He is. But I think when you're talking about like you're more like bruiser, like hard headed, hit the hole, run over some linebackers. I mean, that's going to be Jordan Mason
totally.
from now on.
Yeah.
He's just younger, and Aaron Jones, he's not, doing as much of that anymore. But I mean, I mean, easily see him in the pass game on, and he ran a really great little wheel route on that touchdown that he got, and he had to adjust to the ball. He looked like a receiver out there. I'm not gonna lie. So
Yeah.
we've seen receiving running backs really do well in fantasy before, and I think Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason are going to be just fine. It's just you're not going to get your 28-point game off of either of these guys. Probably it's going to be more split. It's going to be more of your 15-point, your 16-point games. And honestly, realistically, it's probably going to look more like 12 and 12. Both of them are going to score 12 points like every week. So.
All
right.
We've gone way longer than we should have, to be honest, with all of that. But we've got to do the pick'em for this week, and then I don't even know if we're gonna have the chance to talk about any of the politics that happened this week. So.
Yeah, I mean,
which is fine. I mean, really,
people probably are done
podcast.
even listening to like what the fuck is going on. To be honest,
yeah, I kind of am myself. So
yeah.
Let's start it off with the Browns at the Ravens. I think it's pretty obvious what the pick is here. We're going Ravens.
Yeah, I mean it's Ravens.
Probably gonna see Derrick Henry. Probably gonna see Zay Flowers again, and we're probably gonna see Mark Andrews get a touchdown too. But
expect big from Cedric Tillman and Jerry Jeudy. They're gonna be down the whole game.
Absolutely.
Joe Flacco's gonna be throwing the ball. I would expect at least 12 from Tillman and at least 13 to 14 from Jeudy. So expect a big game from the receivers. I think this is going to be a game, too, where we're really going to see, like, hey, is it Njoku? Is it Fannin? Like, where are we at with the tight ends? Who does Joe Flacco like throwing to more? So,
yep.
I think it's definitely not going to be that interesting of a game when you're talking about just straight up football, because I think Baltimore's going to dominate, but it's going to be interesting in fantasy to see, like, hey, how does Cleveland look in a game script that they're going to be in a lot this year?
Yeah, yeah, that's totally fair. I'm with you. I think we're gonna see a lot of Cedric Tillman and Jerry Judy and Dylan Sampson. I'm hoping at least. Not only hoping, but I'm it's what kind of what I'm seeing too.
Yeah. So Jacksonville, Cincinnati. I mean, I got Cincinnati. I mean, they looked really bad last week, but it's hard to go against them. Once they turn it on, it's hard to vote against them. So think gonna go with Cincinnati here.
I'm gonna go the opposite route because the Bengals defense is so damn bad, and the Jaguars really looked good last week against a decent defense that's definitely better than the Bengals defense. I'm gonna go Jaguars, and I'm saying we're gonna see Travis Hunter score his first touchdown. We're gonna see Travis Etienne score 2, and we're gonna see over of 35 points in this game for both teams, but we're gonna see the majority of them scored by the Jaguars.
You got this one.
Yeah, we got Giants in Dallas, divisional game. This is Dallas all the way. I mean, CD Lamb, Dak Prescott. We gotta see CD Lamb and Dak Prescott get that connection going again, and we're gonna. I mean, there was no excuse for Dak Prescott to only have a 7-point fantasy game last week, in my opinion.
Oh no, what? No, there definitely is an excuse, bro.
Well,
bro, CD dropped like 4 passes.
That's what
2
I'm
of them
saying.
would have been touchdowns.
That's what I'm saying. Like it wasn't anything that Dak Prescott did to make it happen.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna see him come back. We'll see the Cowboys win this game pretty handily, and also just lot of points.
Yeah, I think Dallas should definitely win this game.
And it looks like Jadon Blue is out this game too. I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah, it's really rough because this is one of those games where you would want to put him in.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna expect to win this game.
It only
yeah, we just gonna see CD. I just really want to see CD. Like, I want him to I don't want to see 4 drops. Like, I don't want to see a drop from him this game. Really, a lot of the drops that he was doing. I mean, it was you get paid that much money, and Dak is throwing it right in the bread basket, and you can't come down with it. It just doesn't really sit right with a lot of people. Yeah. 7 for 13 with 113 yards. I mean, this could have easily been like 11 for 13 with like 210 yards. I mean, and 2 touchdowns. Like, this could have been a massive week, like a 45-point week for CD. And it really sucks that he couldn't do it. Good on.
This really sucks for the Cowboys, in my opinion, too, because they're not only starting out the season in the first week with a divisional game, their second week is also a divisional game. I really think that these schedule makers need to fucking figure it out, because this is unfair to put 2 divisional games in a row for a team that's coming off of injuries and everything. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't at all, in my opinion. And also, why are the Dallas Cowboys in the NFC East? Why? Like, they're in a division with the Philadelphia Eagles, the Washington Commanders, the Washington D.C. Commanders, I should say, and the New York Giants. Why are they in the NFC East? There's 3 teams within like 180 miles of each other, and then all of a sudden there's one that's 1,800 miles away. Make it make sense.
The same way with the Chiefs, though. They're in the AFC West, and you're like, how are they West?
I mean, they're closer to Denver than the Dallas is to any of those other 3 teams.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
But I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you, though. I agree. Like, that should be changed too. But
let's go to the second divisional game in 2 weeks. You got Chicago and Detroit. This one
again, Lions 2 divisional games in a row. Bears also 2 divisional games in a row. Yeah. Starting off the season makes no sense.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm taking Detroit on this one.
Yep,
Uh,
I'm with you.
yeah, I don't think there's too much to really be saying. I mean, Chicago's got to prove it until I even pick them in one game this year,
I
to
know,
be honest
yeah,
with you.
and honestly, I think Caleb Williams is gonna get bullied by Aiden Hutchinson and crew in this game, man. This is gonna be a bounce
Yeah.
back game for the Lions, and they're gonna take it all out on Aiden Hutchinson, or they're gonna take it all out on Caleb Williams. My
Yeah.
fault. This next
Um,
game is interesting.
yeah, yeah, this is a really interesting one.
Again, this is a divisional game, 2 weeks in. We're looking at the Patriots at the Dolphins. This game, when I first opened this tab, was like 75% Dolphins, and now it's gone down to 49% Dolphins. Now, the Dolphins looked horrible last week, and the
So
Patriots
bad.
passed a lot and looked pretty good against the Raiders, whose defense I think is better than the Dolphins. So, even though I was wrong last week about the Patriots winning, I'm going to take the Patriots this week. And I'm going to take them. I think it's going to be a close game. I'm going to go under 25 points in this one.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, this is a hard one, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Usually, and it says it's supposed to be raining tomorrow too. I'm gonna take Miami. I think they're gonna be looking for some revenge. I mean, they played so bad last week. I just don't see how you could play that bad 2 weeks in a row. And the other thing is, I think they're very even. Like, I think this is an even match for me. So, taking the home team, I think makes a lot of sense. But yeah, this is a really tough game to pick. I genuinely have no idea what's going to happen.
Fair.
And then let's go to San Francisco, New Orleans. I mean, Jesus Christ, this is another tough one because Mac Jones is starting for San Francisco.
Yeah,
I kind of trust Mac Jones to get it done though against New Orleans, especially if Christian McCaffrey's playing, which I don't know if is even true. He's cleared for week 2.
He's playing. Yeah, he'll be fine.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess I trust Mac Jones as long as he has Christian McCaffrey going. Yeah, I feel pretty good about taking San Francisco here.
I do too. We got
And they're in the dome too, so he's easy for
no
Mac
weather,
Jones.
man. Yeah, exactly.
Um,
Bills at Jets.
Okay.
Bills. I think it's pretty easy. Bills are gonna win.
Oh man.
I mean, the Jets looked good last week. Don't get
They
me wrong.
looked
They
good.
looked really good. And I mean, the Bills. I think it's going to be a shootout, but I think the Bills are going to still win because the Bills' defense didn't look very good this past week against the.
No, they didn't, and that's kind of where I'm at.
And the Jets have the same kind of weapons that the Ravens do. Maybe even like kind of better weapons. You know.
Maybe
except for running back. Except for running back.
Running back
Hall
and
still looked good last week, but
quarterback, but
yeah, I mean,
I think the Jets
is Lamar Jackson light in a way.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people are gonna expect like the Jets to, like, kind of die in this game. I don't really think that's gonna happen. I mean, I'm gonna pick Buffalo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick Buffalo, but I think this is gonna be a closer game than people think it is. Yeah. I think it's gonna be like a 23-30 game to me. That's what it kind of feels like.
I'm with you.
I'm gonna be watching that one though. That one's gonna be fun.
Seattle,
Pittsburgh.
Yep. We're playing in Pittsburgh, man. It's gonna be a tough one. DK Metcalf revenge game 2 at home for him.
And for everything that we say about Aaron, he's pretty good doing revenge games.
But he's also
his other players.
Yes, but he's also historically really bad against the Seahawks.
Right, and I know that, but I actually do trust. I think DK's for 2 touchdowns, 100 yards. So, damn, I really don't want the Seattle Seahawks to start 0-2, but I'm gonna pick Pittsburgh because I think DK's gonna have a revenge game.
Yeah.
And I don't trust Sam Darnold to get it done right now.
I don't either, unless we end up with a lot more plays than we did this past week. I don't trust it either. The only thing that I have hope for is that Breece Hall ran all over this Steelers defense last week. And Kenneth Walker had a really bad game last week. I think there's a chance that Kenneth Walker could bounce back. And The Seahawks defense has a real big chance. I mean, last year they shut Aaron Rodgers down, and they were worse than they were last year, right? I think there's a good chance that we could do the same thing potentially in this game, but it's tough to go do in Pittsburgh, man. I'll tell you what, that stadium is tough to play in, Heinz Field.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got Rams Titans playing in Tennessee, playing in Nashville, I should say. I'm gonna take the Rams.
Yeah, he's got to go Rams.
I think we're gonna see. Cam Ward throw for his first touchdown to Calvin Ridley in this game. So,
yo, I'm gonna say hot take, but I mean, yeah, that's probably gonna happen. But
yeah,
I'm gonna predict his first touchdown pass, Tyler Lockett.
Oh, okay. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, but there's nothing much to say here. I mean, the Rams.
Yeah, no.
Carolina, Arizona. I think this one's gonna be. This one, I know I said this last week with Carolina, but this one might be close. But I'm gonna pick Arizona.
I'm gonna just because Arizona almost lost to New Orleans last week, and Carolina has a much better team than New Orleans. I'm gonna go Carolina. I'm gonna go on a limb, take Carolina in this game.
All right, I'm going Arizona on this one. I really want Carolina. Good.
We got Denver in Indianapolis.
Dude,
listen.
This game is gonna be sick.
I think this is my game of the week pick right here. Even though it probably should be the next game, but I'm going with this one because the Colts looked great last week.
Bro, they missed a really bad. They missed an opportunity here, man.
What do you mean?
This should be Manningcast.
This should be Manningcast. 100%. Yes.
This should be Manningcast, bro. They should flex this to Manning.
The only two teams in the league that Peyton Manning played for, and it's the only two teams named off of horses.
Yeah. Wait. Yep.
Like, oh well, I gotta get my team on that one real fast. Fact check that. Oh, yep, we're good. Okay, yeah.
I'm picking Indianapolis to win this game.
I am too.
But this is gonna be a really good game for Daniel Jones. Hey, Daniel Jones, like, okay, listen. See how good you are, man. Let's put you against the best defense in the league and see if you can perform again.
But it's not only that for me, though, but because we saw last week how bad Bo Nix was, right? And we saw last week how bad Tua was, and the Colts punished Tua for being bad. If Bo Nix comes out the same way, the Colts defense is going to come back and punish Bo Nix for being bad, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see, like, because I think this is going to be a good game for Daniel Jones to prove it. It's also going to be a good game for the Indianapolis Colts defense to be like, hey, how good are you?
Exactly.
Can you handle this offense? Because this Denver offense is not, a walk in the park to deal with.
No.
So
I'm with you, man.
Yeah. Interesting one.
We've got the Eagles-Chiefs Super Bowl rematch, which this doesn't usually happen very often season after Super Bowl happens, but it seems like the Chiefs have had this happen the past couple times they've gone to the Super Bowl. The Eagles' defense doesn't look as strong as it was in the Super Bowl. It doesn't look as strong as it was last season.
It doesn't. But
right?
Yeah, but the Chiefs' defense looks soft as like their run defense is really great, but their secondary is just trash.
Are you saying
the only guy that's good is Trent McDuffie? I think Philadelphia, I mean, they couldn't get the ball they didn't need to throw the ball, really.
No, they did not.
Last week. Yeah, I mean, this is
it's really
the only thing is it's in Arrowhead, and if you play the Chiefs in Arrowhead, it's not really easy.
No.
So, but here's the thing. I'm picking Philly to win this game. Xavier's not playing.
Yeah.
I think our defense is garbage.
Be a good thing, though, to be honest with you.
Last week, no, I don't think it is a good thing. Our defense is really bad against the pass, and we are coming off of a week where AJ Brown and Devontae Smith did pretty much nothing in the pass game. No, this is not looking good for the Chiefs. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna pick Philly to win this because I don't see how we win. I don't see a way. Um, and it's pretty much the same thing with the Super Bowl too. It's like I didn't really see a way after that first quarter that we could have won that game. I mean, there just wasn't a way out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's gonna be a very similar game script to what happened in the Super Bowl. Hopefully it's gonna be closer because it's in Arrowhead, but yeah. Patrick
When
Mahomes is gonna have to carry this game if there's even a chance at winning this game. Patrick Mahomes has to carry this game on his fucking back.
the only reason I'm gonna pick the Chiefs here is
You're
because
picking the Chiefs
I'm
here?
picking the Chiefs here, and it's because when was the last time the Chiefs started a season 0-2?
Yeah, it hasn't happened in a long time.
Hasn't happened since Patrick Mahomes has been the starter.
Yeah, I know. But there's a first time for everything and it's gonna happen before, before long.
I get that, but I don't think it's gonna happen this year. I think the Chiefs are gonna surprise us, and the Eagles are gonna be beaten.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting. A lot of things okay. So there's a lot of reasons why I'm picking Philly. That, we don't have to get into. But we have to do a lot. We have to establish the run. We can't abandon it. Even if we go down a little bit in points, like you shouldn't be abandoning the run until you're 10 points down, 14 points down would be my because I mean, once you start getting into the mode of we know Patrick Mahomes is passing the ball every play against the Philly defense is going to be extremely difficult to do. Um, and that's part of the reason why the Super Bowl went so bad for the Chiefs is because they knew that Patrick Mahomes was gonna drop back every play. There was no threat in the run game at all because they knew that they weren't going to run the ball. Compounding on that, I mean, we don't have Xavier Worthy. I don't trust.
Don't trust Hollywood
I
Brown.
don't really trust anybody to get it done. It's not that I don't trust Hollywood Brown, but I don't trust him against Cooper McGinn. I don't think it's gonna happen there. And then we're starting Tyquan Thornton, who I mean, I don't really know where he's behind Juju Smith, but I don't know. I just there's a lot of like question marks. Like if you look at this shit on paper, it's not looking good.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think the only place that we have like a definite advantage is at tight end. So yeah, it's not good. A lot of things need to change from last week to this week for KC to win.
All right.
And if you've seen Kansas City the past few years, they have not really changed the formula whatsoever.
This next one, the Sunday night game, I think the majority has this game wrong.
Okay.
I think the Falcons are going to win this game.
The majority says that Minnesota's winning this game.
90%.
Oh yeah, I don't know about that.
90% say Minnesota's winning this game, right?
After last week, too, I don't understand how JJ is ahead of Michael Penix for points scored. Do you see that shit?
I do. I know.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, I mean, I'm with you. Atlanta's going to win this game. Should win this game.
Yeah, they should win this game. We don't have any film on Darnell Mooney yet either, so the Vikings don't know how they're going to defend that. I think the Falcons just have too many weapons. I don't think they have it all put together yet, but I think they have too many weapons that Minnesota can't stop. You know? I mean, they were having a tough time with DeAndre Swift this past week, and now they go up against Bijan. Give me a break. Like, I don't know. The Falcons aren't losing this game, in my opinion.
I don't think. Yeah, and also the Falcons can't afford to lose the game. To be honest,
no, they really can't. They can't start the season 0-2 like the way that they if they do, it's in a really bad way that they're doing so. You know.
Yeah, they would have to win 2 in a row.
Yeah.
They would have to go 2, and then just get to 2-2.
Yep.
They would probably have to be honest, I mean, with the way the Falcons kind of their seasons go, they would have to probably go 4-0 after going 0-2, which is like really rare.
Really, really tough to do too. Yeah, I agree.
All right. TV
Monday night, first Monday night game. 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at NRG Stadium. Buccaneers versus Texans.
shit is diabolical, man. It's double Monday night game.
I know.
Um,
I've got to go with the Bucks in this one, man, because
yeah,
I think they're a
yeah,
better team
100%.
than Houston is. I think
Yeah,
Houston's having some trouble. Um,
yeah,
we thought Houston was having trouble last season, but their run game is so weak. I want Nick Chubb to have success, but it's not going to be against the Bucks.
yeah,
And if there's one thing I
yeah,
know for sure is that Baker Mayfield versus the Texans, Baker Mayfield wins, bro.
yeah. Baker's gonna win this game. Baker and Bucky. This is definitely it. Tampa Bay. There's not much more to say about it.
Agreed. Yep. And the last
It would.
game here. Oh wait, you had something else?
Oh, I was gonna say it'd be a legendary choke if Tampa Bay doesn't win this game.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The last game here though, we've got LA. Hold on, you do it. I'm gonna sneeze again. I'm going crazy right now. Something's hitting me.
Yeah, I mean, so obviously the most diabolical game of probably a long time. We got LA versus Las Vegas. Um, another double division for LA, double divisional game too. But I think LA will pull this one. I think LA wins. Especially if Brock Bowers isn't playing, that's gonna be a really tough hit on Las Vegas. Gino's gonna have to throw the ball a lot. The only thing I'm hoping out of this game is that Ashton Jeanty gets some more work in the run game.
Yeah.
Which I think they're gonna have to if they want a chance at winning this. I feel really bad for the people on the East Coast on a Monday night having, if they want to watch this game. I mean, it's gonna be on at 10 o'clock, bro. So
Yep.
you're gonna be useless at work the next day, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Very true. I think the thing about this game, if the Chargers win, especially if they win handily, like this is not a bad Raiders team that we've seen yet. This Raiders team is
Yeah.
much better than they were last season.
Yeah, it is. I mean, just having Gino at quarterback makes a big difference.
Absolutely, it does. Yeah. But if the Chargers win this game, especially if they win it handily, I think my Super Bowl favorites to go to the Super Bowl right at this moment, that I'd probably put $10 on would be the Packers versus the Chargers. Because their defense is so solid. They look really good on offense. It looks like Justin Herbert's really put everything together. I think that would be I think they would be my favorites, but I'm gonna go Chargers in this game as well. So.
Oh my god! Did you see this post that Dylan Mueller put in the chat? Not in our league chat.
In our league chat?
Yeah, Josh Jacobs said earlier this week to a question about Kraft that guys have to be a little off to play certain positions. In an appearance on a former Packers running back AJ Dillon's podcast last year, Kraft said that he sometimes tells opponents while trash talking that he's going to burn down their childhood homes.
Oh my god.
That's fucking amazing.
That's when you said that about Josh Jacobs. I was like, damn, Josh, that's kind of mean. But now hearing that, I'm like, damn, Tucker Kraft might be nuts. A psycho. Holy crap. Who says that? No one says that.
I don't know, but that's amazing.
Can I tell you real fast what one of the trade options that I got this past week was, real quick?
Yeah.
So there's.
Yeah. I need to go through mine too. Yeah.
There's one trade, right, that I would be receiving Kyle Pitts and Calvin Ridley and 10 fab from the person we refuse to do any business with in our league for Drake London.
I don't refuse to do it. When I trade with Matthew, I have to counter a lot.
I am tempted by this trade. I won't lie. Because I want Kyle Pitts on my team. I have no tight end.
Yeah.
I don't really want Calvin Ridley. I'm not gonna lie. I really don't.
I also got a trade from Matthew.
Oh yeah?
Juju Smith-Schuster. He would send me Juju Smith-Schuster and Kyle Pitts for Michael Pittman and Fab. I'm not gonna just ditch Michael Pittman like that, especially just for 10 fab.
Yeah.
Well, I would be sending 10 fab, so yeah, no. And then getting Kyle Pitts. I mean, I like Kyle Pitts, but I don't know. And then Juju, I already have Rashee Rice coming back, so I mean, best case scenario, I'm getting a okay tight end for Michael Pittman and then Juju Smith-Schuster for a couple weeks
Right.
or Rashee Rice comes back. So
I have
yeah.
I have one more trade that D James sent me this week.
Okay.
He wanted me to send him Isaiah Pacheco and Emeka Egbuka for
Okay.
Justin Herbert and Chris Olave with 10 fab.
Yeah, I'm out on Olave.
Oh, I am
Sure.
too, 100%. And I'm already out on
Yeah.
Justin Herbert too because I have Drake May, and I think I value them pretty similarly, you know. So
Yeah.
I was out almost.
Wait, who else did want you to send? What was the wide receiver they wanted you?
Emeka Egbuka.
Oh hell no.
I know.
You're-
If I would send him,
No.
I would send him. I was about to do you know, I was about to send him back one that was instead of Emeka, it would be Quentin Johnston. But at the same time, I'm like, I kind of want to give Quentin Johnston another week, see what happens, you know. And he's
I
done.
picked up Quentin Johnson in our other league.
I know. I saw. Yeah.
I was like, fuck it. I'm taking that shit all
Bro,
day. If anything, I'm just gonna trade him away.
There were no waiver transactions in that league this week. Did
Which
you notice that?
I don't think there was really anybody to take. I mean,
I think there was a lot of people to take. To be honest with you.
yeah. I mean, I
You-
took Booty,
Yeah.
and Johnston.
Like it.
Yeah, I mean,
When the waivers processed, it was Packers defense, Hollywood Brown. I got Cedric Tillman, and I got Brenton
Yeah.
Strange, and then dropped them for Juwan Johnson. And then I got the 49ers defense too. Right?
yeah.
And then
Who am I starting?
you picked up Quentin Johnston after the deadline. You picked up the Cardinals defense after the
Yeah.
deadline. You picked
Yep.
up Booty after the deadline.
Yeah.
And then David picked up Calvin Austin and Fannin after the deadline. Sessoms picked up Penix after the deadline. And then I dropped Strange and added Johnson. Now, for there being a 12-man league, everyone's roster is not set at this point. I think there should have been way more movement at the waiver wire, but I don't know. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah. I didn't put any claims. I was kind of happy with my team, but then once I saw that no claims are processed, and I knew I wasn't gonna probably all the claims that I was gonna do were not gonna get processed to me. Then when like nothing happened, I was like, oh shit. I mean, I'll take some guys, I guess. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, that's really all I got this week.
Same. Yeah.
All right. Well,
That's it.
we got next week. I mean, I think these episodes are gonna be like this long because we're gonna go through what happened past week, then go through what's gonna happen this week. So I mean, these episodes are gonna be pretty long.
I hope I could get things figured out on TikTok too, but it's just really
Yeah.
you know. But oh well, it's all good.
All right. Well.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you in the next one next Saturday. And yeah.
All right.
Good luck in your fantasy leagues this week.